Yep. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's midday, and we have 8 hours to go. So we have just two more parts left. We've 4 parts done, and 2 parts left to go. So coming up this hour, I've got all my bits and pieces all over the place now. Just bear with me. Okay. Okay, right. Here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will bring him on. The one and only Mr. Nathan Pegler is here. There he is.
Oh God, Carl. I'm the biggest technophobe on the freaking planet, and if my good lady was here, I would have no problem at all.
Oh, right.
So I apologise for not having any earbuds or cans.
Don't worry.
I was all set up on my tablet. I thought I must just go and pair my earbuds to my tablet if I possibly can, and failed. So I thought, right, back up. I go to my mobile, and I've managed to unpair the freaking earbuds from my mobile, and I knew I was running out of time. I thought, I'm never going to sort this out before 12. And then the link thing wouldn't work, and I knew I'd have a fucking problem.
But you're here now. It sounds fine. It sounds fine.
I'm sat. Can you see
my?
Can you see my?
Very good.
So I've recently turned 50, and my 50 poster is still up. So yeah.
Very good. Very good. Right. So we basically want to get to the bottom of what it is you do.
Yeah.
And I've just had a quick look at the sort of things you've been in.
Yeah.
Oh, you froze a little bit there. That's okay. And it's just a matter of just tell us what it is you do and what kind of shows and movies you've been in.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm foremost. I'm an illustrator and an artist. So I have my own business, NJP Pastel Art and Illustration. I'll get a card of drop in. So just off the back of starting my art business, I love TV, film, theatre, and I thought, you know what? When I took redundancy from Honda in 2014, I thought I'd join a couple of extras agencies, or not called extras anymore, called supporting artists styling.
Right.
So I joined a couple of SA agencies, and just to see, I just wanted to get on a film set and see what it was like in behind the scenes, and nothing happened for a couple of years, and I was quite disheartened by it. And so obviously still building the art business, and which is going great now. And nothing happened for a couple of years, and then 2017 I got a call from an agency that I was no longer registered with, and I thought they would just, you know, come and join back up and everything. And I got my first gig body doubling Ewan Bremner, the famous Scottish actor who famously played Spud.
That's right.
So yeah, I body doubled Ewan Bremner for about 4 weeks on this show that died on its ass. Sadly. Sorry, Ewan, it was crap. And that was where it started, and since then I've joined more agencies. Pretty much, what have I not been on? Fortunately, without blowing my own trumpet.
Yeah.
Ding ding.
There you go. You can have that
one. Yeah, I've seen your podcast before. When you
say,
so I know the old ding ding. And, yeah, so I've been in everything from crowd work to featured walk-on work, everything from Father Brown, Casualty, all the cop shows, mainly as kind of like background crowd work, which I still do. Can't tell you what I've just come off of.
Oh, right. So I would assume that's either something to do with Star Wars or something to do with Marvel or DC.
Yes. Yeah. So that was just crowd work, but I ended up when you do these crowd jobs, because of what I was wearing, it was more of a walk-on featured role where a friend of mine we were seen all the time because of what we were wearing. So fingers crossed, that's going to be good. James Bond. So just spent one day on No Time. Is it called No Time to Die? Yeah, No Time to Die, the last one. That was great. I mean, as a Bond fan, I'm a Bond fan, Star Wars and Doctor Who fanatic. To be on the 007 stage on one in the sub base scene at the end was stunning. So yeah, big films, little TV shows. Poldark was probably the break for me. Filmed up the road near Tetbury.
That's right. Yeah.
Chavenage House. We shot all the exteriors and some of the interiors there. That was a good gig. That was kind of the first big thing I had lines in, which was all very unexpected. Got there, got the clobber on. And oh yeah, oh, these are your lines. You what? Yeah. Steve's just running through your lines and then we'll get you in. And I'm like, okay. I was sick in my mouth.
I bet you were.
Yeah, so that was a baptism of fire, really. So yeah, I'm trying to just think it's easier to sort of say what I've not managed to get in yet. Finally popped my Doctor Who cherry, ding ding. I was in the last special, the Power Doctor. I played a unit soldier, which sounds quite insignificant, but for a Doctor Who fan to be a unit soldier with Jodie was and guarding the TARDIS, the actual TARDIS, was a bit of a mind blow, to be honest. I was a bit, because Ace was there and Tegan were there from the 80s in that scene. So classic Doctor Who fan right here. I do like the new stuff, but I'm a classic fan. You know, I was born in '72, so Tom Baker was my Doctor, and Pete
I was gonna ask which one was your Doctor.
Tom Baker. I was born in '72, so he finished in '81. So I do remember quite well Tom Baker, but more so Pete Davidson. But yeah, to have Janet Fielding, Tegan, and Sophie Aldred, Ace, in the same space as me was it's crazy. I've been very lucky. The last 2 years since COVID have been very, very busy because all the productions got backed up, you see.
That's right.
2021 there was like 6 or 7 shows going on and I was just jumping one to the next. The diary was mad. Some really low profile stuff, some really high profile stuff. That's actually now got me onto the Comic-Con signing circuit, which is nuts.
Right. Okay. Because I mean, now, did you do any of the Swindon Comic-Cons?
I did. I wasn't. 2016 and 2017. I was just there as an artist with my business. I wasn't there as a guest. I've not really done anything to kind of warrant it. And sometimes I still don't feel like I've done much to really warrant it. But I know a lot of the organisers, and I think they do me a little favour now and again. And I'm there anyway with my artwork. Oh, do you want a table? And I've done Doctor Who now. But I do well. It's crazy. It's crazy that the fandom, even Poldark, I sell the prints I sell the most are his Dark Materials and Poldark on my signing table, and it's nuts.
Really?
It's crazy. And just James Bond, you can't really see me. I'm in a mask. I'm in a sort of lab text kit, but because I've been in it, if you meet a Bond, they want to meet anyone that's been in it.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Well, they live in that experience. They live in that experience through you, aren't they? They would love to be on the set of a Bond movie, but you've been there, so. Yeah,
and I think that's why people. I'm an autograph collector myself. I still go to Comic-Con, not as much now, but back in the day, late '90s, early 'noughties, I was still going to Comic-Cons as a punter and meeting Janet and Sophie and and I still do. I've got a couple planned this year. I want to go and this show in Bournemouth. But yeah, people are actually queuing to see me, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy just because you've been in a couple little TV programs.
Yeah. Right. The big question I need to ask you:
Yes,
red or blue?
blue.
You were blue shift, were you? At Honda?
Oh, sorry. Blue. Out of red and blue. Blue's my favourite colour.
Oh,
Red
right.
shift.
Were you red
shift
shift?
all the freaking way, mate.
I was red shift too.
Get in.
There you go. I left in 2013.
Did you?
I did.
You left a year before me.
I did, yeah.
So I was. What did you do?
So, when I finished, I was in delivery. I was in doing OPD. So it was in the like the delivery, purchasing, basically, the purchasing department.
Oh, up there.
Yes.
One of those.
Yes.
No. We all had a role to play. We all had a role.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a few jobs. I'd been there.
Yeah.
12 years, I think. I'd been there about 12, 13 years.
I was just under 20. Just under 20.
Right.
Yeah. So I started line 1, line 2 when it opened in 2001, and then finally managed to get offline about 7 years before I finished.
Right. So what did you do then?
What, for that last 7 years?
Yeah.
I was working in the sub-assembly wing called the. Oh, I can't really say that. Called the something wing. It was where it's where people used to go on rehab.
Oh, right.
Because sub-assembly was all desk work, bench work. So you'd finish the radiators off, you'd finish the headlights off, you'd put brackets on that, and you'd make up parts to go on a trolley to go to line. So it was kind of. Yeah, I'm glad I never blurted out what we used to call it. But yes,
it's probably not.
It's the rehabilitation wing.
Yeah, it's probably not very PC.
No, I don't. But yeah, trying desperately to be very PC while I'm live, because I do. I can swear a bit, so apologies, and I'm not very PC at all.
Yeah. You have to be careful in this day and age, because you don't want to get cancelled, do you? Not with the Comic-Con circuit going on.
No, I've been. So just very briefly, I met a lad, and when I was signing, and you do a little bit of banter, and then I went, "Good morning, sir. How are we?" Good morning, sir. And I was told of the correct pronoun. It's not sir. Yeah. So, but that. Yeah. That was just my greeting. Yeah, that's just my greeting. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna need to get my head around that now.
Yeah.
Now I'm meeting people.
There's so much to remember. That's the thing.
Don't.
So much to remember.
Sorry, I've gone off track.
Yeah, that's fine. So the artwork you do then.
Yes.
What's that all about?
So I've always been able to draw, and I've always been a creative little lad, even at school. And I was winning gold stars for artwork at junior school, and then had some proper tuition at Ridgeway and Wroughton. And just through my life change, when I turned 40, I had the chance to leave HUM, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and make art a business, not just flounce around, in a smock, throwing paint everywhere, and nobody ever seeing me for 10 years. And I thought, I'm going to make it a business. So I actually approached, when I left HUM, there was a job fair that was arranged for us, and I got in contact with a business mentoring company, and I have free business mentorship. Is that a word? I don't know. For 6 months, and I said, my first question was, well, I want to be a professional artist, but is that a thing in the business world? And they said yes. So 10 years later, well, nearly 10 years later, I have got a few people collecting my work, and I have made a business of it. I'm a little bit lazy. I'm not really the best business mind in the world, but I've got lots of ideas. And my partner Sam, she's the business head of the operation, which spawned her own art business off the back of mine because she was doing all my merch. Because I put a lot of my work on merchandise like drinks, mugs, and coasters, and I was always really averse to that in the early days. But sometimes at a Comic Con, I'll sell more merch than than prints.
Right.
And I was quite, nah, I don't want to put my stuff on mugs and coasters and things. But it was a smart move.
Right. So what kind of art is it?
So
then?
I started off.
Style?
So I'm traditionally a pastel artist, and I started off just messing around with children's illustration style work and semi-abstract just landscapes of the local area and stuff, and it kind of evolved into me starting to draw in pastel Star Wars vehicles and Star Wars scenes.
Oh, right.
I'll have to send you some pictures because I'm are you doing? Is there a raffle to do? I can send you some stuff to
there isn't, but anything like that we might be able to
yeah,
auction
anyway,
or something like that. That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
Yes, I started doing my take on some of the Star Wars vehicles, and that's where that's where I started selling my work at Comic Cons when I had work that was Comic Con-esque, as it were.
Yeah.
And that's kind of evolved into a new style. I was getting a little bit bored with working in pastels, and I always wanted to be a graphic designer, so I went down the more commercial style. I changed my style, and I started doing a lot of pen and ink stuff.
Right.
And I do a whole range of Tim Burton style stuff, characters from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right.
And that evolved into a totally different style. I'll have to send you some pictures, and you kind of like people don't really understand it's the same artist.
Right. Okay.
Like, and I'm displaying all over the place, and the new style. I enjoy the new style, and yeah, I mean it sells well. I'm displaying in my local pub, and I sell a few a week, and
how long does it normally take for you to finish a piece of art then?
God, I'm working on one at the minute. I did one similar for a friend, a commission. It was these little caricatures of all the bounty hunters from Empire.
All right.
I'm doing a Doctor Who one now. It's difficult to describe what it looks like, but it's not caricatures as in the caricaturist that goes down a beach. You sit there for 10 minutes. Not that. Cartoony characters. So I've been working on this Doctor Who one for actually months now.
Oh, right.
But stuff gets in the way, because obviously I'm doing this filming thing, and if I've been away for a week, or if I've been away for 3 days doing 18-hour days, I don't feel like going down the studio and working. So it's all a bit slow at the minute. It's all a bit slow.
Right. But gives you time for more things, though. I mean, so if you always got ideas in your head in regards to,
I've got a list of subjects I want to do.
Yeah.
Mostly off the back of people saying, "Oh, could you do this sort of thing, or could you do that sort of thing, or you haven't got much Star Trek work." And Star Trek. So I have one piece of Star. I did a real sort of not abstract, semi-abstract Borg cube, which is pretty cool. That's the only Star Trek piece I've got. Yeah, I've got a big list of stuff I want to do in this new style. But
right,
I'm getting busy again already this year with filming, so I miss it. I don't want to go away from it.
No,
but I kind of go where the money is.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the reality of it. We're still doing Comic Cons, and that's great. We start. I've got my first event in Bristol. Not this weekend. Yeah, 4th and 5th of February.
Right.
It's an anime league event. But yeah, so I'm guesting at that. Yay.
Nice.
Yeah, me and Mickey Lewis, my friend Mickey Lewis, who plays. He's one of the Cybermen, and he does all bloody sorts.
Right.
Yeah. I'm too short.
It's obviously a lucrative little like tour to get on, isn't it? There's so many of these Comic Cons cropping up.
Oh, there are hundreds now all over the country. Back when I used to go as a punter, you'd only have Birmingham, London, and the one in Milton Keynes, and that was pretty much it. But literally every town has got a Comic Con. I did one at the end of last year in Tetbury.
Oh, right.
Which was actually quite good. They're supposed to be liaising with me about organising the next one, but I've not heard anything yet. But I said I'd do another one if I could be. There's a couple of traders wanted to get in on the organisation of it because it could be a lot better. But even Tetbury's got a Comic Con, and I'll be back in Swindon. I'll be back in my home event on the 24th of June at Steam. So that'd be good. Yeah, I mean I'm booked into about 11 or 12 this year already. So not all signing, not some of them are just the artwork, which is
yeah. But it's a good outlet, and I'm assuming it's good for business kind of thing, isn't it? Those kind of things.
Yeah. For every 10, 12 business cards I hand out, I maybe get at least one commission.
So what would you say has been the most fun working on, whether it's a TV show or a movie?
You know what? It's probably quite low key, but I love doing Father Brown.
Right. Okay.
For the BBC, it attracts a certain audience. 1:45 on a weekday afternoon. Although this season they're halfway through showing this season. I hate the word season; it's very American. Series. So they're showing the 10th series at the moment. We're doing it weekly on a Friday.
All right.
Normally they'd show it every day, and then the series would be gone in like 10 days. So yeah, I just love the costumes. It's all 1950s, and it's lovely costumes, and I generally get a lot of airtime.
Oh, right.
Because it's generally quite a small level of background people, so you're generally seen, which is it's nice to be seen.
Absolutely.
You hang around all bloody day, and then you there's me, that blur in the background. That's Casualty. Casualty is normally a blur. That's it's the way they shoot it. Normally, if you're just used as a shape to cross in the background, and normally you don't get seen. So I love Father Brown. Although Casualty, I've got a semi-regular gig on Casualty. I play my friend Stuart and I share the role of the barista that you see in the Peace Garden.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's quite fun. But I love Father Brown, and I love anything. I can't tell you what that is either. I like all the. I'm just working on something at the moment, which is series 2 of something, and I love all the gun stuff, playing SWAT, because I've done a little firearms training, and that's great fun.
Right.
Dressing up like flipping Rambo and given it. Oh, it's a gun. Yeah, great. No, it's not as easy as that.
No.
It's all very serious when you've got firearms. It's
wow, yeah. As Alec Baldwin is finding
in
out
like the whole Alec Baldwin thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not even going to get into that. I've got my own opinions on that. But, catalogue of errors, unfortunately. So yeah, the firearms training I've done, I still do. I train as regular as I can.
Yeah.
With some guys in Wales, and it allows me to be put forward for those jobs. So if you'll see any cop shows with firearms police, I'm in there somewhere. Or it's basic plod. I do a lot of uniform stuff. So
right, okay.
Like collateral.
That sounds like you're doing an advert for OnlyFans when you say stuff like that.
Oh God!
I do a lot of uniform stuff. It's $5 a month.
I'll wear whatever you want me to wear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Before we go any further,
yes,
we have to get the 60-second quiz out the way.
We do.
Okay.
I'm a bit of a quizzer.
7 is the record at the moment.
Oh, Jesus.
7 is the top of the table.
Oh God.
So, right. I'm going to flick through the book. You need to say stop.
Yeah.
And that'll be the page. So here we go.
Stop.
Okay, let's have a look. Give me a number. So A or B? That's not a number.
A.
It's letters.
A.
A. Okay. So how are you on football?
Oh, Jesus, wept. I'm not going to get right. Okay, I have no interest in football. I've never watched football. I can kick the football. But this is going to go. This is going to go bad.
Well, you never know. You might surprise yourself. You might.
Oh God.
Know. But anyway, the time will start when the lady tells me so. So here we go.
Okay. Oh, flipping it! Why couldn't it be TV?
3, 2, 1.
For which country does Chelsea's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang play?
Honestly, I've literally no idea. What country of origin?
Okay, yeah. If you don't know, pass, because you've only got a minute.
Pass.
Okay. How did Tottenham's Son Heung-min avoid military service in 2018?
Fled to Canada.
He won gold medal for South Korea in the Asian Games.
Right.
What was the name of the official best goalkeeper of the 2018 World Cup finals?
I don't know. Somebody Seaman. Ding ding.
No, Thibaut Courtois. Who is the only non-Manchester United player to win 5 or more Premier League titles medals?
Pass.
It's John Terry.
I don't know.
And I will ask this question. Griezmann, Lloris, Payet, and which other Frenchmen were nominated for the 2016 Ballon d'Or?
What's a Ballon d'Or? I don't know, Carl. I'm just going to cry in a minute.
It was Paul Pogba. So, Nathan, that was a wonderful score of 0. But you're not the only one, okay?
I am gutted.
You're not the only one. You're the fourth one. It's all to do with you said stop. It's totally random, you see.
But football, Carl, football.
That's not my fault. Just out of interest, then. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find some TV ones, okay? And let's see how good you are. Just see how good you are.
Okay.
There you go. Let's just have a little look. I'll just ask you a couple of these.
Yeah.
And see how you get on. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. In the celeb boxing's The Fight, Ricky Gervais took on which Grant?
Oh, it was Grant Bovey.
Is correct. Well done. What was Richard Madeley arrested for in 1990?
Oh, the little scallywag. He was done for shoplifting.
He was done for shoplifting. Which game was Bob's Full House based on?
Bob's Full House. What game was it based on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a curveball. Not Family Fortunes. No. Family Fortune. No, don't know.
It was bingo.
Was it?
It was, yeah. It was. Chrissy Bodman just said, "Hi, hello, Nathan."
Oh, Chrissy and Chris Bodman, utter legend.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The TV profile Tantrums and Tiaras was about which pop superstar?
Tantrums and Tiaras. Was that I don't know, Paris Hilton?
Elton John. Elton John. In which town was Essex girl Denise Van Outen born?
I don't know, Billericay.
It was Basildon.
Oh, Billericay. No, that's Gavin and Stacey, isn't it?
That is Gavin and Stacey. Yes.
Oh, damn
Which
it.
character did Ted Danson play in Cheers?
Never seen it. He played a barman. I know he played a barman. Don't know his character name.
It was Sam Malone.
Sam Malone. God, there's people screaming at screen here.
Who presented the Channel 5 medical quiz show Tibbs and Fibs?
What? Never heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
No, it was Tony Slattery.
Tony Slattery.
Which X Factor singer has represented Finland in Eurovision twice?
Finland Eurovision. Oh God, what's his name? Shane Ward.
No, Sarah Alto.
Oh God, this is getting worse, Carl.
I mean, you've got a couple. You've got a
I've got
couple
a
of them,
couple.
right? So, in 2018, who took over as the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh, Jeremy Clarkson.
It was Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
It was.
Bless
give
him.
you
He's in
one
trouble
more.
again. Isn't
Let's give you one more. Look.
he? Yeah, one more.
Let's go for. Where did Paula Yates conduct her big breakfast interviews?
Oh, on the bed, on the
It was on the bed. Well done.
down by canal.
It was down by the canal, indeed. That's right.
I was trying to think of the name of the studio, but
yeah, we had Jennifer Berg send a message. Good morning, Pav. I'm back. What have you missed? Oh, you've missed loads, Jennifer. You missed loads. It's very, very strange to think that I spoke to Jennifer just before she went to bed last night, and now I'm speaking to her as she's waking up, and I've been awake all through that. And also, one of our Facebook users said he said "ding ding." Just saying. That's right. Yes. Nathan is a fan of the bell. He loves the bell.
Ding ding.
Indeed, you need to get yourself a bell, so you haven't got to keep saying it. You can just do that. So, right. So now you said that you are working on. So are you? Did you say you're actually working on something at the moment, or you have just finished something that you can't talk about?
God, there's a few things I can't talk about.
Oh right. Okay.
Really excited. So I'm in the middle of something now, which I'm going back on next week. In 2 weeks' time. I've just finished something mega, which is just blown my mind. You have to wait till September for that.
Right.
Do
you have to sign like NDAs and things like that? Yeah.
Even for stuff like Doctor Who. Doctor Who, really? They're having people signing NDAs now.
And what happens? So what's the penalty if you like renege on a NDA? If you actually do something
potentially wrong? I mean, it depends who it is. If it was somebody like somebody effectively working for Disney, Marvel, last year, I mean, they could ultimately take you to court. You certainly never work on any of their productions again, and more than likely would get blacklisted from the agency that booked you, and that gets about.
Right. But I mean, you don't really want to work for them, do you? So, I mean, if you gave us an exclusive now, it's not really going to matter, is it? I mean, really, in the big scheme of things, you've got your artwork you can fall back on. You don't need to work for Marvel and Disney and all that, do you?
The surprising thing about this particular show that I'm not talking about, but talking about, they've already released a teaser poster for it.
Right.
Which is crazy because it doesn't come out till September, and this teaser poster came out in December. Couple of films, because we're close. So 2 films are coming out next year. One high profile, one not so. So George Clooney has directed a film. We finished shooting that last year, which I got a couple of nice parts in. Called The Boys in the Boat, which sounds really odd.
Yeah.
It's a historical sports drama. Yeah. It sounds really dull, but it's a very interesting story. And the other one is we have a new Mission Impossible film coming out.
That's right. Well, it's the one's in 2 parts, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is effectively Mission Impossible 8 Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yeah.
And I believe that comes out in the summer.
Right. Yes, I think. You're right. Yeah.
After a couple of delays. So fingers.
Yeah, because that's the one where you've seen the footage of him on the bike.
Yes.
Going over the ramp off the mountain.
Yeah, we got to watch on the last day. We got to watch an hour of documentaries that are obviously never went out, but they've all those little featurettes have gone out now. But this was 2021 when I filmed my bit, not my bit, not me and Tom,
no.
But the bit I was involved with. Although I did spend 3 hours with him, which was amazing because I got picked to do something particular, which may or may not end up on the cutting room floor.
Right.
But if it stays in,
he didn't sign you up for Scientology, did he?
Oh no. He didn't mention that, and I never mentioned it.
Right.
I say we spent 3 hours together. Maybe it wasn't quite that long. Maybe it's just over 2. But it was kind of like small talk every couple of minutes. We'd reset and we'd be stood next to each other.
Right.
And we'd just make small talk. We were talking about exercise and shoes.
Oh, right.
We
Of course you
talked
do.
about shoes.
Of course you do. You're
happen
right
to
next to Tom Cruise. That's what you're going to talk about.
I happen to mention that I have my Skechers on, my comfiest shoe ever.
Absolutely.
And I said, "Oh, you got trainers?" He had a suit on. I said, "You got trainers on?" He said, "Yeah, because you can't see my feet, basically. So I wear me trainers." I said, "They're small, aren't they?" And so no, I didn't take the piss out of his size.
No, you can't.
He's a very small fellow.
He is a very small fellow. Yeah, he's like 5'6", isn't he, or something like that?
He's just into the 5'7s.
Oh, is he? Right.
Yeah. And when you actually see him, he doesn't look that small, but his hands he's got these tiny hands. not T-Rex.
No. I mean, to be fair, that isn't in the NDA, is it? You're not supposed to tell people that he's got tiny hands, are you? Or is that okay? You safe with that?
Mum, I never signed anything to say that I wouldn't talk about his hands.
Oh, right. Okay. That's fair enough.
You know those creepy little China dolls?
Yeah.
With porcelain hands.
I know. Yeah.
As soon as I saw him, I like, my God, they're creepy.
Yeah. We just had a message on Facebook from Chris Bodman saying that's him from Poldark.
Oh God, Chris. Yes.
Oh, bless.
Yes, I was in. Yeah, that is. There's a whole Poldark thing in me. So my family set up a joke Facebook profile called "This Man from Poldark," a fan page.
Right.
There's like fake merchandise on there and God knows what. And if I'm doing something, they generally post, "Oh, this man from Poldark's been here." If you have a selfie with me, you get a badge and all that sort of crazy stuff. I never set it up. It was my good lady and her sister set it up as a joke. And but because I had a significant part in it and I had dialogue in it, Chris and Chrissy, "Oh, is that guy from Poldark?" We all have T-shirts. I've got a T-shirt with "I've met it." My partner's got "I've met that guy from Poldark." So there is actual merchandise available. So I have one. Yes, I am that guy from Poldark. And it's just, it's got a bit crazy. It's got a bit crazy. Yeah, because I've done other things, Chris.
Yeah.
You know.
So we just had a message as well on our I'm not sure which Facebook page it is, but it's the one that we can't see the name of the person. It just says, "Okay, best guest ever." So there you
really?
go. There you go.
Oh God!
How about that?
It wasn't Debbie Goodchild, was it?
I'm not sure. It just doesn't for that particular account that we're logged into. It doesn't actually say the name of the person. So whoever put that one in, just let us know who it was.
Debbie, if you're listening, hi. How are you?
Yeah. Oh, it's Anna. It's Anna from America. Anna
from America. Hello, Anna from America.
There you go.
Is she watching now? Well, she must be.
I think she is. Yeah, she was one of the ones that I spoke to last night, and yeah.
Yes, I watched that one. I another thing I do just to kind of make ends meet now and again is I work in my local pub.
Right.
So I got in at midnight this morning and hanging. Not because I've been drinking on the job. I've just been there since 11.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
Hanging. And
so Anna says hello. Yeah, she's watching from bed. She's in bed, all tucked up, watching.
Wow.
Now, so there you go.
Wow. Wink, wink. Ding, ding.
Ding, 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 indeed. Ding, ding, indeed. So you were saying about what you're working on at the moment. I mean, obviously, I don't want to keep pressing it because I don't want you to. I get a feeling that sometimes if you keep talking, sooner or later you're going to say something and you'll go.
I'm not going to say that. I mean, Boys in the Boat's getting close to release. Mission's getting close to release. Obviously, I'm quite happy to say I've been in it, as long as I don't give any plot lines away and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know what the plot is anyway. It was quite a bizarre time on Mission. It was I understand they were filming at Dubai Airport back in the January 21, and then because of COVID and stuff, they left Dubai. They never finished the Dubai Airport stuff. So Birmingham New Street Station double does Dubai Airport, which is bizarre. Yeah.
Really? That's the thing that gets me. If you think of how many background artists, or what did you call them? What's the term?
Supporting artists, darling.
Supporting artists. Imagine how many there are in big movies like that. Those NDAs must work, because you very rarely hear stuff from the set. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not going to tar all the crew with the same brush, but a lot of the leaked footage does come from crew.
Right.
Apart from one of the Doctor Who specials that's coming out this year, they filmed on somebody's street in Cardiff. So you're not going to stop people taking video out the window, you know.
Yeah, you see that on YouTube all the time, don't you? For lots of major movies.
You've seen these creatures going down this street in Cardiff with they did set some pyros and stuff off in the street, but obviously people are filming it and then it gets straight out on the net. But some of the on-set stuff, there's no way, because you have to give your phones in.
Yeah,
you have to, we couldn't take photos even if we wanted to.
No.
Some would.
If you're in Father Brown and you're walking around with a mobile phone, that's not going to look accurate for the 50s, is it?
No. Those sorts of shows, we are allowed our phones and we take pictures of each other in our costumes and things.
Right.
We have to save it up for when it airs. Obviously, we don't. We don't go posting on set photos until it's aired. So I've got some lovely photos to come. Next week after, I'm really cracking. It was a cracking episode, actually. Only because I got lots of screen time.
Well, there you go. Of course, that's what it's all about.
So yeah, I post what I'm doing. I post once it's come out. I post the shit out of things. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Don't worry. It's the internet. You can. I was going to say you can say what you want, but you can't say what you want.
I'm one for the F-bomb. So you've probably been noticed. I've been a freaking instead of.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah, I noticed. I think you've been very well restrained, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, yeah, I reckon I have.
I think you've been good. I think, to be fair, the one thing I worry about is Tom Cruise's lawyers about the hands. That's what we're gonna have. He hasn't got tiny hands.
But it's just I just noticed he had little hands. I wasn't taking a piss. I just saying.
Absolutely. But then, to be fair, he's little everywhere. So
I don't know about everywhere. I don't know about everywhere.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
He might be a donkey car. I don't know.
He might be. I have no idea about that. You've been close. Yeah, ding about that. You've been closer to him than I have. You might be able to find out that more than me. It's been really nice chatting to you, mate. It really has. Yeah.
I've been looking forward to it. Sorry about the technical issues.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. You now have a new catchphrase. Ding ding. That's your catchphrase now. So what I expect to see now on your when you're doing the signing, I want to see Nathan Ding Ding Pegler on the back of your thing. That's what I want. That could be on your t-shirts, on your merch.
I reckon it could. I might have to try and steer Chrissy Bodman away from that guy from Podathon. But whenever he sees me now, he can just go ding ding like Leslie Phillips or something. I don't know.
I know that was ding dong.
Ding dong.
Yeah, ding dong. You're ding ding. So you need to trademark that.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to let you go, mate, because I need to go and have a wee. Just
go.
But too much information there. But thank you, mate. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much for sort of sponsoring this hour. Yeah, so do you want to let everybody know how they can get in touch with you? Or have you got a website for your art or artwork or anything like that?
Yeah. If you want to learn a bit more about me, film-wise, I am simply at nathanjamespegler.uk. And my art business is on all the platforms, just NJP Pastel Art, and you can find me. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to let you go, mate. Thank you ever so much. You take it steady, man. And I'm going to look for any movie, any TV show. I'm going to look for that man in Poldark. Ding, ding.
I might message you after this is done. But when
Okay.
you finish your podcast, I might have to message you.
That'll be wonderful, mate. I'll be looking forward to that.
Wink,
You take
wink.
care, mate. Excellent. Cheers, man.
Cheers, pal.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
There you go. That was the wonderful Nathan Pegler. Ding, ding. Ding, ding, indeed. Right. Let me get that on. I'll say goodbye to Nathan. Thank you very much, mate. And let me get that going. We have Michelle. Michelle Milliner is going to be joining us very soon. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chrissy. Hello, Mummy Neil. Hello, Buzz. And hello, Jeff. Hello, Chaz. It's nice to see you all. We are coming up to 1 o'clock. 7 hours to go, ladies and gentlemen. So please, if you can, please come and donate. I shall put the links in again. I'll need to go and copy them again, which is a bit of a pain, but there you go. Has to be done. And I will have a little look before I pop to the toilet. Thank you very much, Jeanette. That's very sweet of you. I don't feel like I'm running on fumes, but I feel like I'm running in neutral at the moment. It feels like things are falling out of my mouth, and I'm not 100% sure what it is exactly I've been saying. Hello, Jazzy Jazz. Right, what was I going to do? I was going to have a look and see how much we've got. Oh, someone has. That's very kind here. Oh, 10 euros. I haven't had a euros one yet. I wonder who that was. It's anonymous, but 10 euros. So we're at £1,116. Incredible, absolutely incredible. So that's very kind. So we're coming up to well, around about £2,250, or just coming up to between the two. So Michelle Millen is going to join us at 1 o'clock, and we're going to chat about, get serious and chat about the house market and things like that. I've never bought a house in my life, and I wouldn't know where to start. And it's I feel it's probably too late for me now, as it is, being the age that I am. You didn't need to know that. I don't know why I said that. You see what I mean? If I get to, I mean, it's a good job I've got no NDAs that I've signed, because I feel like you could ask me anything and I'm just going to tell you everything now. It's got to that point of this whole shebang that it's anything goes now, to be perfectly honest. But yes, but please donate if you can. We're at what sort is it? 1,167 on the Stroke Association. Roughly the same amount over on the Relay for Life. So the Relay for Life one, if you do click on the link, just scroll down and you will see a tab there that says donate. Click on that, and don't bother donating for any specific team. Just do a general donation. That whole page is run by Sharon Scrivens, who we spoke to at 9 o'clock with the girls, and they deal with that. And the Stroke Association one is the one that I set up. So it's the same kind of thing, but obviously two different charities and two different people that are running the pages. But all of the money will obviously go to those particular charities. It's just slightly different the way you have to do it. Does that make sense? It made sense in my head, but then my head is full of mashed potato at the moment, and it's probably not going to get any better. But hello, Jen. I don't know if you're still here, Jennifer, and Anna. I don't know whether you were just going to bed or whether you've now woken up, which I'm assuming it'd be you woken up, I would have thought. Because I think it was quite late when we spoke last night, wasn't it? Yeah. This is crazy. Right. I'm going to put the back in a mo bit in just so I can do stuff. Oh, see you in a minute. here we go. God, that was a lot of energy. That was a lot of energy for what are we now? 7 hours away. 17 hours. 17 hours we've been going. 7 hours left. So our guest for this hour is very kindly sponsoring the hour as well. Let me bring the lovely lady in. Here she is. Let me get rid of that so we can see her. There she is. Hello, Michelle.
You.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. That's it. There, I can hear you now. That's wonderful. Now, are you at work?
Yeah, I've been working this morning, so you've got me in the office today.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Right. Now, thank you very much for sponsoring this hour for a start.
Welcome.
Good. Right. Now, we are having a little problem with the audio. It's like cutting in and out a little bit. Oh.
You with that, I'm afraid.
Oh dear. Are you on? Did you do it through Google Chrome?
Yeah. Well, with me.
I didn't understand that. No, it cut to. I couldn't quite. It's sort of it's like 1 second on and 1 second off.
I just clicked. You sent me.
Yeah. So did you open it in Google Chrome?
I don't know how it opened.
Are you on a like an Apple computer or
I'm on a
like a
MacBook.
You are on a MacBook. Right. Okay. So if you got Google Chrome, have you got that there?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you open that up, and then that link that I sent you, because what I might have to do is come out of this one. If you copy that link into Google Chrome and then open it up again, I think that's the trouble I had when I first started. And then when I got onto their help desk, they said it's better to do Google Chrome. So is that all right? Yeah. See you in a minute. Okay. These things happen. There's not much we can do about it. You know, the only thing we can do is get it sorted, and we'll have Michelle back in a second. Please come and support us, and come and I was going to say rate and review, but that's the podcast. That's nothing to do with this. Please come and donate. At the moment, we're at 1,167 on the Stroke Association. So we've gone past the target, but that doesn't mean, to not do it. Here we go. Let's bring the lovely lady back. Hello.
Take two. How's that?
Hey, that's wonderful. Excellent.
If you're going to get technical, you're going to get it with me.
I'll ding that if that's all right.
Oh, hang on. I've got one of them. One
No,
second.
you haven't. No. Oh my God. This has become the ding. Oh, look at that one. Now that is going to get a lot of people's hearts racing.
Is it?
Michelle, you have no idea.
Tell me why.
Well, because there is a group of fans of a podcast called A Cup of Tea in a Chat, and I'm one of them. And we're all called the Teabaggers, indeed. Now, I spoke to a few of them last night, and every one of them, if they didn't have their own bell, they had an app on their phone that rang that bell. You have got a much different bell. You've got a face on your bell.
I know, we have to have a smiley face, and I'll tell you a little bit about this bell a bit later.
Okay. Now, is that we're going deep into bell talk here, but did that bell have that on there, or did you put that smiley face on it yourself?
It came with it.
I didn't realize you could buy like bells with stuff on. This has blown my mind.
Amazon. Have a look on Amazon. I'm sure you'll find the bell.
Right. I'm sure people are watching this and going, why are you getting excited so much for that? I mean, part of the fact is that my brain is mashed potato at the moment.
We've got two in the office, and if I had two together...
What ding dings that would be. Goodness me.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Yes. Yeah, shall we? Should we try? I don't think it's going to work. It's not going to happen. I do want to...
Do you want me to go and get the other one?
Go and get... Oh, please. Yes, please. Go and get the other one. Oh, dear. Now this is gonna. I mean, look, this is gonna get the adrenaline flowing. If nothing, it's gonna keep. Oh, there's the other ding dong. Same color. Look at that. Now that is.
You like my bells?
They are lovely. You ding those.
I sense since I've been speaking to you, you've come up a notch now. You were a little bit tired.
I know.
You know, you look at your
I
smile.
know.
I'm going to ask you before
I feel like I
you
go
take
for another 24 hours.
I know you've done amazing. Before you go on, I'm going to actually ask you, how are you? How are you literally feeling at this hour?
I'll tell you, I was on my ass at 7 o'clock this morning. I was.
Did you fall over while walking or something?
No. I mean, metaphorically, I was on my ass in the fact that I was feeling really tired, and I went and had a wee. I put my Back in a Mo video on, sat in this chair, and my head was nodding, and I was close to,
Oh no.
you know, and as I said this earlier on, I didn't realize that when that video, the Back in a Mo video, after 10 minutes finishes, it cuts back to this live thing. So if I'd have fallen asleep, the live stream would have been me like this, flat out. And obviously nobody would have been talking to me. So I probably could have stayed there for a couple of hours. But I made a point that I thought, no, I need to go out and have a walk. So I got my walking boots on.
Well done.
I went out. Now I think it was a 40-minute walk, so it was a bit shorter than what I normally do, but it did me the world of good. I thought it was either going to make me like the adrenaline flow and invigorated, or it was going to finish me off completely, and it's made me invigorated. So that and your wonderful pair of bells. I mean, what more do I need? That's it. I'm ready to go. I could get in a boxing ring and fight someone now. I'm feeling so pumped. So there you go.
Nice. Good.
Oh, anyway,
good.
So let's talk about property.
Okay. if you like, for a short while, we'll talk about property.
Let's talk about. Well, look, I've never bought a house in my life. Okay, I've always rented, and it gets to a point in your life when I think you realise that sort of ship has sailed. You know.
Yeah.
But also with the way things are these days, I mean, I listen to like news podcasts, and I listen to news, and they say that things like the rental market and even buying houses is ridiculous these days, because no sooner does a property go up that you've got queues around the street making offers, so like trying to double the rent because they want that property. Is that still like that now, or is it sort of calmed down a little bit?
No, you're a typical man, slightly exaggerating everything.
I'm only
the queues around the street.
I'm sensationalizing it because that's what they're saying on the radio.
Yeah. It is a very tough market. So rental wise, so some advice to people that are looking for their rental would be to register with all the agents in their local town or the area that they want to rent in. And we pre-qualify people as well. So we'll ask them, we'll ask them where they're working, whether they're on a permanent contract, their salary, if they've got any CCJs, how many bedrooms they want, if they've got children, if they've got pets, if they've got a pet, you know, what is it? Is it a little sausage dog? Is it a huge Great Dane? So we kind of pre-qualify them so that we are, because, you know, you get people that haven't got the affordability that will want to look at a property. Well, we're wasting our time and we're wasting their time, because at the end of the day, they wouldn't pass referencing. So this is why we pre-qualify them. Right. And yes, there are a lot of people looking for rental properties and the prices have escalated. But also, you know, with the rise in inflation, so have the landlords' mortgages. So that is the reason why the rents have escalated, not just because there's a shortage, just because it is costing the landlord more to run that property. So it is a difficult market, and I do feel for anybody that's looking for a rental and they've been looking for a long time, it's tough. Yeah.
Because I was listening, I think it was not last week, it was the week before, and they were talking to somebody who is a landlord, and they were saying that they've got like 2 properties, and people think that they are rolling in money because they've got these properties. They said they're going to have to sell one of the properties because they can't afford, with mortgages going up, they don't want to pass that over to their tenants, so they have to sell one of the properties because they have to have that to live. So it must be like an image thing where people think you're a property magnate, when it's not like that at all.
Yeah, no, it's not. And, you know, and I'm actually surprised that there haven't been more landlords wanting to sell up because of the changes in the situation. What was I going to say then? I can't remember. It will come back to me. But I am surprised. Yeah. They're not rolling on money. Maybe on paper they've got a little bit more money, but it depends on their mortgage situation, of course.
Exactly.
We don't know the ins and outs of every landlord's financial status.
No.
Why would we?
But if you said to somebody just blankly, so how many properties do you own? And I own 3. You think, wow, you must be rolling in it. But that's not the case at all, is it?
No, definitely not. Because they've got to upkeep those properties. So they've got to do all the maintenance and everything that's required. But there's also changes in legislation that's constant, and so energy performance. The EPC side of things. So they're bringing in, it's not law yet, but they're bringing in a new level. So your property has to be a certain energy rating before you can rent it out. That's law now, but they're raising that. So by 2025, when it becomes law, they're raising that to a C, which is a number 69. So if got two. So a landlord, he's going to have to make improvements. Now, if it's going to cost him thousands of pounds to make those improvements, there's going to be an awful lot of landlords that's going to say, I'm out. So despite the mortgage going up, I'm surprised that not many people have, from our stock certainly, decided they want to sell and want out. But when the EPC changes come in, I do see that there will be more landlords that will say that, I'm done, I'm out, just like Dragon's Den, I'm out.
There you go. So what made you get into that business, the whole business of property?
Oh gosh, I've been in it quite a few years, and I was working for an agent that was making me redundant actually at the time. And I had a landlord that said to me, "Oh God, Michelle, I've never had anybody manage my properties like you before. What am I going to do?" So as part of the leaving process, I ended up with her 2 properties, and that's how I started in my spare bedroom at home. But within the first year, you know what Simon Sisters like, the support, the word of mouth. I just grew. It was just me at the time, and so within the first year, I had to have some premises, and then in that first year, well, my husband at the time helped us refurb all the shop, but he unfortunately died in our very first year of business. And I was just with my son. It was more than ever, I had to make the business work. And I never imagined in a million years that I would have the amazing team that I've got with me now, and grown to have a great amount of landlords and properties, and support the local town with their accommodation. I absolutely love it.
So is it tough to be, I mean, obviously you're very well organized and you've got, like I say, a good team around you. Is it tough to just keep on top of everything, especially like you say, with different legislations coming in and different laws coming in?
Certainly keeps you on your toes.
Right.
Yeah, we're members of various, they keep you updated with any changes or anything like that. So it's not so bad, but it's when the changes, like the EPC changes at the moment, we're on it now. It might not happen till 2025, but before you know it, that's here. So we're contacting all our landlords to discuss a plan. We've consulted with an energy assessor to work out what is the best way to do this. So they will need to collect the data, play with the figures to work out the best scenario for the landlord, cost wise as well, to make the changes to meet the grade. So it's trying to be one step ahead of everything, not just for us, because it creates a whole amount of more work for us, on top of the work that we already do.
Yeah. So I can imagine it's a very high pressurized job. But
very, very, very.
But are you one of these people that's very sort of skilled in leaving it at work and not taking it home, or is it the sort of thing that just will follow you everywhere and like your phone is always on?
Yeah, it is a little bit like that. I'm on Facebook an awful lot, and people will message me directly. And it is hard to switch off. You know, if someone's got
And
a
I
leak,
apologize for that because I did that to you like last week or something about something that's on this. I
It's-
apologize for that.
no, it's okay. It's the territory, but you know, I might have a tenant that have a leak at 10 o'clock at night. So we have an emergency phone and we rotate it with the staff. So they might have to deal with that. They might need a little bit of help. So they might end up calling me anyway. But, you know, it goes with the territory. We don't really switch off. Obviously, if it's in the middle of the night, if it's a fire, well, it's the fire engine, isn't it?
Exactly.
You know, and if it's
Yeah.
water, where's your stopcock? You know, we help them as much as possible, but yeah, it is hard to switch off. Yeah.
So what do you do when you do switch off then?
Go like this.
That's it, is it?
I have a personal trainer, so I
Okay.
see him once or twice a week, and I also play netball in a fun league. I recently moved home, so I've bought an ex rental, so it's a bit of a magnolia and loved house. So I've got lots of work to do in there. So I'm always busy. I've always got something to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And taking your dog for a walk as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was doing that Facebook Live that time. You went, I'm in the Abbey Grange. So, we'll go and have a little walk.
Up behind you, wasn't I? Yeah.
That's right. I thought there's that stalker again. There it is. There it is. Dear. Now, before we do anything else, I don't know if you've seen any of the other hours that I've done so far.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to get 0 points.
Oh, there you look. Like she knows. She knows. So I reckon we'll do the quiz now and we'll get it out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Okay. Right. So I will flick the book, and you need to tell me when to stop.
Stop.
I haven't done it yet.
No.
Ready and
Stop.
oh, that was a long stop. That was right. Let me turn my reading lights on. Okay, A or B?
B.
Oh, that's good. Because are you a football fan?
No.
That's okay, because that was A. So there, you're lucky there. You're lucky there. Okay, so this is potluck. Let me get my league table ready so I can mark all of those correct answers that you're going to give me. 7 is top at the moment, so you've got 7 to beat to be top of the table. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Your time will start when the lady says so. Oh, and there's a ding.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, who is the elder, John Prescott or Trevor McDonald?
Trevor McDonald.
No, it's John Prescott. Which theme gave Clannad their first UK top 10 hit?
Pass.
That was theme from Harry's game. What does the Latin ab initio mean?
I've got a sore foot.
From the beginning. In which country is the city of Baku?
Africa.
Azerbaijan. Which letter in Braille comprises a single raised dot?
No clue.
Just give me any letter.
B.
It was A. What are separated by the Cook Straits?
The what?
What are separated by the Cook Straits?
Pass.
It's North and South Islands of New Zealand.
This is a stupid game. I don't like it. Have we had the 30 minute yet?
That's it. It's finished.
Oh, yes. Good. Now, can we do a bit of role reversal?
Of course.
Yay.
Of course. I'm always up for a bit of role reversal.
Start the time.
Shall I start the time? Oh God, I'm against the clock as well, am I? Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't expecting this one, was you?
I wasn't expecting this. No.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
In which part of your body would you find the cruciate ligament?
This is the knee.
Correct. What is the name of the main antagonist in the Shakespeare play Othello?
Well, Othello.
No, so it says logo or lago. I don't know.
Oh, right. Okay.
What element is denoted by the chemical symbol SN in the periodic table?
SN. So, oh no, that's not so. Sassafras.
What? No, the answer is tin.
Of course it is.
How many Henry VIII's wives were called Catherine?
3.
Correct. What was the most popular girl's name in the UK in 2021?
Daisy.
Olivia.
Oh,
What is the name of the 1976 film about the Watergate scandal starring Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman?
All the President's Men.
You got it. I knew you'd get some of these.
There you go.
Wait,
For
you don't-
total what's the word? For total transparency.
Yeah.
Sharon Scrivens did a quiz for me earlier on, and 2 of those that I got right were 2 of those that she put in her quiz.
Are you serious?
No, the cruciate ligament one,
How
and-
random was that?
and Henry VIII's wives.
How random was that?
How crazy is that? I thought, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. If you do all the same questions, I'm going to get every single one right, and you're going to think I'm really brainy. But I didn't.
One more. You'll know this one. How many films have Al Pacino and Robert De Niro appeared in together?
That was one of the questions this morning. I can't remember what the answer
That
was.
is
7.
really
7.
random that Sharon done the same one.
Yeah, was it 7?
No, 4.
No, that's right. I got it right this morning. Why did I say 7 when I already got it right? That's stupid. But that was good. But I got 3.
Bizarre. Excuse me,
But-
I got man cold.
Have you? Why is
Yeah.
it a man cold?
Yeah, but I'm all right because I'm a girl.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'll be fine.
I think that's very unfair. That's very sexist, Michelle. You're making it sound as if
Who cares? Are we going to get complaints?
no. Oh no one gives a shit. No one cares. But who's gonna? I mean, you're making it sound like men complain really badly when they have a cold. I
They
don't think
do.
that's true. Do you think?
They do. Let me just see the comments that's going to come in because of that. Now, if you think that men exaggerate when they're poorly, oh, I've got a cold, I need to be in bed. Put some comments below, even name and shame. Let me know what comments we've
I
got
shall
going
have a
on.
look. I shall wait and see.
It's
I shall wait
true.
and see.
It's true.
Do you
It's
think-
it's a true story. It's a fact.
See, but I think is women complain about like the pain of giving birth. I mean,
Have you
wanna-
tried it? Have
No,
you
but
tried that?
You want to try shaving every day? It's a nightmare.
That's lady shave in places that you might not even consider.
Well, now I'm intrigued.
You know, so you can't. There's nothing that you compare to childbirth or being a woman. Come on.
Do you not think?
No. Men, yes, men are babies, said somebody, says Robin.
Men are
Come on,
babies.
Keep
Roberts.
the comments going.
Yeah, and Jane. Yes, they do. So yes, they complain. Debbie Goodchild. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm gonna be outnumbered. I totally know. You can ding that ding. I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win with that. So, right, let's talk movies. Okay. What's your favorite movie you got out at the moment? I'm trying to think of something that's not going to be sort of sexist at all.
Do you know, I haven't been to the flicks do they call it flicks now?
I mean, probably.
For a long time.
If you were in the 70s, maybe, yeah.
No, I haven't really got one. My worst film was, and I think we've spoken about this before, Jaws.
Your worst film?
No. It was a good film, and I'd watch it now. Okay, but it affected me. I was scared.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. Okay. As in,
Yeah.
it frightened you.
It was
and
really scary at the time.
Yeah, it's a horror
Yeah.
film. I always said it's a horror film.
Mhm.
Jaws. There's that moment when the head pops out of the bottom of the boat.
That does make you jump.
Yeah, spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen a 45-year-old film, but
Oh my God, is it that old?
I'm sure it was like 75, I think it was. That was the year. So it's older. No, 75. Yeah, 40. I don't
Never
know
mind.
maths.
Yeah,
My
let's not
brain's
worry about the maths.
my brain's all over the place, Michelle. I don't even know my name. It's
Who
it's
are
turning
you?
into mashed potato. I don't know. Who am I? What am I doing here? Why am I in this room? Why have I been locked away?
You're still up there, though. I'm liking that. You're still up there. I'm glad I've helped with that.
You absolutely have. I mean, look, let's just recap, okay? we've not only worked out the letting market. I know all about that now. I feel like I could become your assistant and say to you, Michelle, go and have 2 weeks off in the sun. I've got it. I know what to do.
Monday, come here Monday.
Okay. So I've got that. Then I see not only that you've got one bell, you've got two bells. And not only you've got two bells, but they've got yellow happy faces on them. Robin, you need to look at Michelle's bells because these are something. Robin is another one. She's got her own bell, Robin. And I need to see whether or not she's going to let us know. Picture House, Jane says about the flicks. Go into the Picture House. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah, the Picture House. Yeah, the Picture
Yeah.
House.
The Picture House. I'm going to wait for Robin to see what she says about your wonderful bells and see. I need to get a new. Can you get them red? Can you get red bells?
Why would you want red? They'd look too much like nipples.
So then why wouldn't I want? Why wouldn't I want red bells? Red's my favorite color. I just wondered if you could get red bells.
Very possibly, and if not, then you just spray them, wouldn't you? You do something because they come to bits, so you can do whatever artwork you want on them, really.
So why haven't you got some Cirencester Sales and Lettings bells and sell them as merch?
Merch.
Mm.
Okay, so if you have such a facility to accommodate our need for some merchandise, please get in touch with us at Cirencester Sales and Lettings.
Indeed. It's things that I've always said, anybody that if they made caps, I would just wear cap. I love wearing caps. I obviously love wearing caps because I've got no hair. So it's always nice to have a cap on. So anybody, like you, if you had a Cirencester Sales and Lettings cap, boom.
Do you think people would really want to wear one of those?
I would. Why not? If they're a cool, like these ones, which is like the embroidered ones with the my headphones with like the where it's all properly cloth and that, I think they're the nice caps, and it doesn't matter what happens. Yeah, Cirencester Sales and Lettings. What's your slogan? Have you got a slogan?
Yeah, dedicated for you. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, there you go. Cirencester Sales and Lettings, dedicated to you. Boom.
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 Question for you.
Okay.
What's on your bucket list?
What's on my bucket list?
Yeah.
What, as in something that I want to achieve?
Something that you want to do before you die.
Oh God.
Simple, yeah.
Let me see. Oh, what a great question. I've never been asked that before.
Do you want to phone a friend or go 50-50?
No, I don't want to phone a friend. It's just this one of those things. No one's ever asked me that kind of question before. So it's sort of like, what would you, if you had like the whole world and everything you think, right?
Yeah,
what
the
would you
world.
like?
Well, okay, so it has to be something actually you want to achieve that's possibly achievable.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, it would be lovely to be able to do something like the podcast as a job, not as a hobby. To do that kind of thing.
What do you need to do that?
You need to have a very, very successful podcast.
Yeah, but you're halfway there. Come on, you must be
no, we're
halfway
not.
there.
No, we've been doing it 10 years in April, and I think if you haven't sort of cracked it within 5 years, it's always going to be a hobby. That's the thing. And the thing is, and it's no disrespect to Cirencester, I love Cirencester, but the majority of people, the majority of people that I know that know me know that I do something to do with radio. But as soon as you say to them it's a podcast, they go, yeah, what's that? What's that? And it's like free radio that you get. Oh no, I don't know how to do. I don't know what that is. So, and that's after 10 years. So if you're in a big city, I think obviously you've got a lot more people doing that kind of thing, but then so many other people know what it is that you have. Yeah, again, it's no disrespect to Cirencester, but it is that little bit of that sleepy town kind of thing. People don't quite understand.
And you love it as well. That's your.
I do enjoy it. I do. I was only talking to a two-time Radio Hall of Famer last night from America, and I was saying that in an alternative dimension, in an alternative.
Was he your first guest? I was listening.
No, that was Tim Downey, the actor. I had him at 2:00 in the morning. Was Bean.
I was asleep.
Yeah, you were. Of course you were. any sane person in England would have been asleep at that time. They wouldn't have been awake then. But I said, in a different timeline, when I was younger, I was always attracted by what was over there and what was over there. I was never single-minded about anything. It was like,
Yeah.
when I was little, oh, I'm going to be an astronaut, I'm going to be a footballer, and then, oh, look at that over there, that's nice. And I was never kept concentrated on one thing. But I always feel like something like going into radio would have been something that I would have really, looking back now, I would have enjoyed to have like a career instead of just having a job kind of thing. But I'm quite happy for it to be a hobby because I do enjoy what we do.
You're
And we
good at
always
it.
said,
You are good at it. You're brilliant.
that's very kind of you.
Got some round of applause.
Bless you. So what's on your bucket list then? Let's throw it back to you.
Well, there's a huge world out there. I'd like to do a little bit more traveling, a lot more traveling actually. And I guess the only one that I'd like to do is an African safari. Like to
All right, okay.
go out and do that, and then afterwards just really chill on a beautiful beach.
Yeah, but not not get in the water. You wouldn't want to get in the water because of Jaws, obviously.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, knee deep where I can run out.
But they can get you. They can get you in 6 inches of water. Sharks.
Yeah, maybe I'd have an affinity pool right on the edge of the sea then.
That's a great idea. They'll never get in there unless they can jump. I think, can sharks jump? Let's Google it. No, I'm not going to. Can sharks jump?
You're so funny.
Yeah.
Is there a few comments that you need to have a look at?
Let's have a look. Let's see what they've been doing. Right. Oh, so Nathan Pegler's going to get me, and I know that guy from Podathon cap. That's great. That'll be another one to add to the. I think Karen says Blair Witch, hated it, as in like a movie. Have you ever seen Blair Witch Project?
Do you know I never did? No. I'm
not.
I don't do horror films. I've never really no. I'd rather do a good drama.
Right. Okay, you just don't like being scared.
No.
Yeah.
I would quite happily jump out the cupboard and make you jump and be the opposite of that. So, and I kind of like, I have been known to hide under the desks in the office to make somebody jump.
Oh, right.
Yeah, obviously
Okay.
when there's no clients in the office. Yeah, so I'd rather be giving than receiving the jumps.
I'm going to ding that. Blair Witch Project was the first DVD I watched when I had my like 5.1 surround sound, and I'd never experienced watching a film with like the surround sound before. And there's certain moments in that movie where someone, I think they disappear in a forest, and then like 5 minutes later you can hear them shouting, and it's coming from behind you. And I was looking out of the living room window going, who the hell is that shouting down the street? But it was in the film, and it was so it is scary. The last scene is really sort of unsettling. Nothing graphic happens, but it's just like a really unsettling last scene.
How scary is it on a scale of 1 to 10 then?
I think it depends on what you find scary. It's more it messes with your mind more than it being like a gross out like blood and guts kind of movie. But it's found footage, so it's like these students are going into this particular, I can't remember what they call it, but they're looking for the Blair Witch, and they've got video cameras, so they're videoing each other. And the whole point of that movie, the reason, I think it was a $40,000 budget for the movie, and it made hundreds of millions of dollars. It's one of the most profitable movies ever in movie history. And what they did is that it was the birth of like the internet, and they decided to make it that the people that were in the movie actually disappeared for real. So they made like news stories, so everyone was going, oh my god, this is a documentary, this isn't fiction. And because it was found footage, they just said, oh, we actually found some human remains, and we found these videotapes, and this is what we've edited together to show you what happened. So a lot doesn't happen in the movie for quite a while, but the last 15 minutes is just really, it's like you grip onto your like your seat, sort of just and then the last scene. I don't want to ruin it for you in case you ever do watch it. But,
in case I ever do.
Do you know what I mean? But it's not like blood and guts and stuff. It's not that kind of horror. It's more gets into your head kind of thing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I won't.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know whether I haven't watched it for years, so I don't know, because it was late 90s, early 2000s, maybe. And I don't know whether it holds up anymore, because there's been lots of, like, Paranormal Activity was another found footage movie, and then loads of sort of those kind of things came out because it was very sort of in fashion to do that. But I don't know whether it holds up or not. But Karen didn't like it, obviously. Yeah, she didn't like it at all. So she goes, "Oh my God, don't watch it." I watched it and went camping next day for a week. Not nice. Well, that was a
Bad
terrible
idea.
idea, Karen.
Very
That was
bad idea. Yeah.
Why would you do that? Hello, Jim, by the way. Yeah, don't go doing that, Karen. That's the same as watching Jaws and then deciding to go and have a swim in the sea. So where was it? Where was the talking of go see? Where was the last time you went on holiday then, Michelle?
1980. No. It was. I think it was last year with a few girlfriends to Tenerife.
Okay, nice.
And I'm off in March with the same girlfriends.
So what? Back to Tenerife?
No, we're going to where are we going? I've forgotten the name. Egypt. We're going to Egypt.
Oh yeah, that hard to remember.
And I think the hotel is called Shark Bay or something like that. I swear. Yeah.
No, you're joking.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not joking. I'm really not. No.
It's called Shark Bay.
Something like that. Shark.
What are you like?
Definitely. I didn't book it. I just.
Oh right.
Hey, do you want to go here? Yeah, that's fine. Count me in. Where are we going? Shark Bay. What's that about?
I mean, look, you haven't got to go in the bay, have you? Like you say, I'm sure there'll be an infinity pool or something that you can just.
That would be fine.
Yeah, you can just lounge about. That's. Oh my goodness.
I'll get one of those electric stabbers.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, try and get that through. Try and get that through. One of those.
Pokey
no,
stick.
I think it's officially an electric stabber. I think that's what they call it.
I think it is.
But you'll be going through customs. Anything to declare? Yes, I've got an electric stabber. That'll get you. Cavity search.
Oh God.
Taser. Is that what you're after? Was it a taser?
No, I don't think it's a taser. Because
cattle prod.
Cattle. I suppose it's a bit like a cattle prod, but for underwater. Anyone know the answer? Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. That the divers
Harpoon,
use.
someone said.
Harpoon. No, I think they have electric ones, don't they?
Would you have an electric one in the water though? Wouldn't that electrocute you
It's
if you're in the water?
Stun. Something it stuns them. It's like, get away, pokey. Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't get it through customs. Simple.
I would love to see, like it's an option. It's like you're thinking about. I'm not going to get that through. It's like I'm just going to.
I always said if I went on a cruise, I'd definitely have to have a bum bag with a rubber ring in it, just in case.
What, in case you fall? But isn't there rubber rings on a?
Yeah, but it's double security.
Right. Okay.
Of course,
but the thing that gets me, I've not actually been on ships, but you see those rubber rings. They're massive. Those rubber rings.
If you're in the water and they throw it at you and it hits you on the head, I'm sure it's going to knock you out. Exactly.
Yeah, because they're not rubber. They're like really solid.
What's all that about?
I don't know. And I don't know how. I'm not a very good swimmer anyway, but I don't understand this whole treading water, the way you sort of stay in one place. So if you fell in the water, how do you do that?
Answers on a postcard, please. Put it in the comments. Maybe a little YouTube video. Pop it in the comments so that you can have a little look later.
Yeah. Maybe.
I've got a question for your viewers actually. So
okay.
I run an estate agent, and would people be interested in like a video diary? You know, what I'm doing day to day, behind the scenes, how we do it.
Are you not on TikTok?
Can you give me TikTok lessons?
I mean, I know probably slightly more than you about TikTok. I mean, I have no idea how it works. I've been doing a TikTok video every day for like 252 days to do when I'm doing my walking and stuff. And I have no idea why some videos get 15 views, some videos get 500 views. And one video got like 11,200 views. And I don't understand what the difference is between like the one that got tens of views and the ones that got thousands of views. I don't understand where the algorithm is on it.
No, let's have a brainstorming session.
That's a good
Let's
idea.
put something in the diary and we'll have a TikTok session. But yeah, I'd be interested to know, would people want to know what goes on behind the scenes? Because you still don't know what we use these bells for.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I would subscribe in a second if I
Would
found
you?
out. Oh, absolutely. I love behind the scenes stuff. It's the fact that, like, when you go in as a client, obviously you're there because you provide a service, but how
Mhm.
do you provide that service? And like, there might be days when you're not having a good day, but you
Yeah,
might want to
there
say that,
is.
yeah, you might want to say, look, well, this is the day I'm not having a good day, but we've got a client in and this is what we've got to do. I think it would be really interesting, I must admit.
Mm.
So Nathan says double rubber. I'm not quite sure what that is is in regarding to.
Double rubber. I think he was referring to the what is made up of the rubber ring that they throw and knock you on the head with, maybe.
Thank you. Yes, you're probably right, because he just said spear gun before that. So I'm sure that's nothing to do with, like, whether or not he wants to see a TikTok channel of you. That's what I thought. Double rubber. That's
A
that's
TikTok
hopeful.
channel that we call Double Rubber.
Double rubber. That sounds more like an OnlyFans. That isn't a TikTok.
Nathan, what are you like, Nathan?
Yes, indeed. What are you like, Nathan? Hello, Alison. Alison's joined us.
He says yes. Nathan said yes, so I think I got it right.
I think you got it right. I think that was a double ding. That was
Nathan, for you.
Now you see, I've been talking. It seems like I've never seen OnlyFans, right? I mean, I take it you know what OnlyFans is. Not saying that you know what OnlyFans is, yeah?
Oh yeah, I've heard about it, but I'm not on it yet. But I could be.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even just like, I mean, you could charge $5 a month for that, and you get a fortune. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Can
crazy.
you put the website on there for me so I can have a little look? I'm not doing anything this afternoon. I could subscribe.
And I can honestly say, hand on my heart, I've never looked at an OnlyFans site, but
yeah,
there's always
me
stories. Yeah, there's always stories that come up about women that have, like, made hundreds of thousands of pounds, like, a month. And all they do, there's a video, I saw it on TikTok, and it's a girl on a phone talking to a guy who's not giving her enough money. And she's just slagging him off, saying, no, £500 isn't enough. And he just goes, okay, what £1,000? No, that's still not. And that's it.
What is it? Is that man trying to improve on his negotiation skills?
Well, he's crap at it, whatever it is. He's just is, but it's weird. And there's people that are just looking at feet. There are people that are just looking at, and they're making so much money, and it is crazy. I mean, obviously, there's people that are doing more than that. And
what do you mean?
Well, as in, there's a little bit of, and there's a little bit of, and there's even a bit of, and some of those, I understand. I've not seen. I think that's the case. I've been told, is what I'm saying. So maybe, I'm just saying,
yeah,
you're
gonna have to investigate this.
Possible revenue streams,
Oh, hang on, Nathan, what were you referencing?
Well, what's he referencing?
Double safety aspect of ocean safety and rubber rings.
Oh, well, there you go.
Ooh,
there you go. See? Ooh,
Oh dear.
Right. I'm going to let you go because
you brightened my day.
You've brightened my day, and you've given me another little push to get even closer to 8 o'clock. So I'm kind of
every time you ding that bell, I want you to think of my 2 bells.
Think of your you 2 bells, Michelle's bells. That's what it is. Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you so much, and thank you for the support, and thank you for sponsoring.
You're very welcome, as ever. You're doing a fantastic job. Keep it going. Not time to bed sleep yet.
Not time yet. I've still got a little bit more to do. I've still got to put a little bit more work in. But yeah, we'll have that TikTok brainstorming session sometime, and we'll sort of work.
And if there's a TikTok specialist out there, perhaps they could join us.
Indeed,
then we could become experts.
Absolutely, yeah. We can learn from someone that actually knows what they're talking about.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Pav'S.
you. You take care. Bless your heart. Thank you so much. And we'll see you soon. Bye bye. Ah, the lovely Michelle. Lovely, lovely Michelle. Right. Let me get that back up. Please come and donate if you can. If you just look on especially on Facebook. Pardon me, that was a burp. Oh, pardon me again, that was a burp. If you scroll right up or down, no, scroll down, you'll see the donation links. So please come and donate. We've still got another 6 hours to go. And at the moment, let me just double check. Just want to make sure that we are up to date. Let's have a look and see where we are. Yeah, so 1,116 is where we are at the moment. And I believe we have a sponsor. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Break. So please bear with us. Please stay with us. And we have, I'm not sure who exactly. I know that Kim is coming to join us. I don't know who else from the old WTAF crew are going to be joining us. It may just be me and Kim. I'm not sure, but we're going to reminisce a little bit about the old WTAF, this country podcast and this country, and Daisy and Charlie. Look at you. I'll see you very soon. Don't go anywhere. Hello. It's done that again. It done that early. It done that again. It done it early. Hello, everyone. So, just to let you know, before our next guests join us, we have a sponsor for this hour. I've got malt loaf stuck in my mouth. Ding ding. So, the Crown Cirencester. Excuse me. The Crown is a traditional family-owned pub in the heart of Cirencester. Excuse me, charming beer garden and ample seating both inside and out, offering a varied menu and large selection of ales, beers and wines, family and dog friendly. A warm welcome awaits. In the heart of Cirencester, there in the marketplace of the town in which I live. Thank you very much, the Crown Cirencester, for sponsoring this hour. And this hour, like I say, it's going to be, I don't know who is joining us. Kim, who was one of our very loyal fans and friend of in the WTAF This Country podcast days. And I sort of left it to her, and she was going to see who fancied joining us for a little bit of a reunion. So I don't know who is available. I mean, 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon. I mean, I'm sure people have got a lot better things to do than come and chat to me. But we have a goddamn quiz league table to sort out. And there is Kim. So I will bring her on a sec. Let me just get the old Facebook back up. Make sure that is running. Now I'm genuinely stuck between a rock and a hard place here because I can feel a wee brewing. And I don't know whether to say hello Kim, come on in, or whether to run up and have a wee, because I feel like I might be able to swallow it. I don't know. I don't know. Let's bring Kim in.
No.
Let's present to Kim. Hello, Kim.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
It feels like a long time.
It does feel like a long time.
Yeah.
But you know, I've got, so what is it? See, I said to Michelle the last hour, I said my brain is not able to function like simple mathematic equations now. I can't, for some reason I find it hard to add and subtract stuff. I'm trying to work out how many hours.
We're not here at 5 o'clock or
yes.
6 o'clock. Yeah.
I did say, like, last year from 3 o'clock onwards, things got very misty. And it was sort of like everything's a brain fog. So you just snuck in. You're
doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you. That's very kind of you. Is anybody else joining us, or is it just me and you?
I've sent out links, so
we shall wait and see.
Hopefully,
we shall wait and see. Should I go for a week, Kim? What do you think?
I think you should go because you don't know when you're going to get a chance again.
That is true. Now I can either leave you here to hold the fort, or I can put my like back in a mo video on.
Whichever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything that's going to disgrace you while you're gone.
Well, then I'm going to put the video up then. What's the point? How are we going to go viral if you're not going to do something, something to ruin the transmission when my back is turned? What's the point? Right, just bear with me a sec then, Kim.
Okay.
And if anybody else joins, then you won't be able to hear them.
No,
but you can speak to them, and they'll just say, you're
indisposed.
I've gone to drain the snake or whatever.
Comfort break.
Yeah, the comfort break. That's a better way than saying drain the snake, isn't it? It's not a snake. Let's put it that way.
Quick,
Oh.
stop talking about him. He's back now.
That's better.
That's better.
That's better. Oh,
I never
look,
see
it's
thinking
only...
you had a little bottle down there or something. You just
No, I have got a big bottle. I've got one there. But that is full of water at the moment, and I don't want to pee in that and then
No,
forget that
don't get
I've
that
peed in
mixed
that
up.
and then just take a drink out of it. So, Ross, the boss is there.
Cool.
Let's say
Here
hello,
he is.
Ross the boss.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
you go.
good.
Yeah, I'm right. Not too bad.
Long
Got a
time no
night's sleep.
see.
Were you guys not speaking just a few hours ago?
We were.
Probably like a long time ago.
When most of us were like asleep, or
Yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago, but
Yeah.
you know. Now
So how are we
the
going?
thing is,
What's
now
the,
that you're
time now?
it's what's the time now? It's 2
2 o'clock.
Ross. Yeah. And you joined me at 11 o'clock
11.
last night, didn't you? So
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
did you have a nice sleep, Ross? Did you have a really nice sleep? Did you?
Oh,
Did
I
you
was
have a nice
restful.
sleep? Did you have a lovely sleep? Did you, Ross?
In fact, I even set an alarm at 5 in.the morning just so I could get up and have another sleep after that.
Did you?
Double
Talk about rubbing
napping.
it in, eh?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's fine. I spoke to we got somebody else there. Oh, there's Liz. I was talking to Giles Paley Phillips, and he had the audacity to do his video with a bed behind him, like really rubbing it in. Like, look at that thing there that you have for 20 hours or whatever it was. But hey, up, hello, Liz.
Hello, Liz.
Hi.
Oh no, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Mute.
Has to be one. Oh, hello.
You hear me now?
Yes, can hear you now.
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, cool. I took them off then. That was a silly thing. That's better.
There you go. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yay!
Right. So I need to know, first of all, now obviously last night Ross was with me. Well, that sounded, let's have a ding. At 11 o'clock. So Ross has done the trivia challenge, the 60-second trivia challenge, but you're a guest again, so you should have another go, shouldn't you? I think
I should do. Not after getting one out of whatever number question.
I mean,
it was.
you're not bottom of the table, Ross. I will tell you that. There are 4
Oh,
people.
no, that's good.
No, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that got 0.
Oh, that's all right. I feel better now.
So you're not bottom
Thank
of the
God for-
table. We
thank
will
God for
do.
Zeus.
We've got 3. Yeah, we've got 3 rounds to do. So we will do those a little bit later on. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've even talked about this country. I feel like it's been a while since I've watched this country. Now, what about you guys? When was the last time? I've got Kim, Liz, and Ross. So we'll start with you, Kim. When was the last time you watched it?
I think it's got to be about a month ago. And
Oh, really? Okay, so
yeah.
not too long.
But I only sort of dip in and out. I know you shouldn't do that, obviously, but yeah. If I've got a spare 20 minutes or something, I'll always go to one of my favorites.
Right. Okay, Liz.
Yeah.
What about you? When was the last time you watched it?
Probably last month as well. I like Kim. I like to sort of dip in and out, and if I feel a bit down, I put a bit of this country on, and it always cheers me up. I like to watch The Vicar.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What about you, Ross?
Honestly, it's probably only probably after series 3 finished. Probably that far ago.
Really?
I kind of
probably the same.
You know, I sort of binge comedies and binge programs, and yeah, I love it, of course, and I know that it's consistently good. So you know, if I want to watch something that I know is going to be funny, I can go to it. But I've started The American Office that I hadn't really watched. I've only been like 1 season of it, so I'm working my way through that, and then something else comes in. So there's just so much out there to watch that it's I've already seen it. So I do go back to things, but it takes a few years for me to kind of re-binge again. If that makes sense. Yeah.
I think it's I don't. When did Series 3 come out? What year did Series 3 come out?
After lockdown.
That was after lockdown, was it? Yes, it was. That's right. Yeah.
Was it
I'm
the
pretty sure it
February
was.
following?
Yeah,
So February 21.
Mm,
yeah. So
was
you're looking
about
at
them.
About
you're
2
looking at,
years
like,
next month.
around 2 years. Yeah, I
Mm.
don't think it's been. I think I'm still too close to it. I'm still too close to the process of going through every frame so many
Oh,
times
yeah,
to
of
try and
course.
get quiz
Yeah.
questions and stuff like that. That it became a bit of a job watching it. That was the trouble, and I think I need to really. I think it needs to be like 5-6 years before you sort of go back into it again. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah,
But then
I mean, I love
like,
the League of Gentlemen or
yeah,
whatever, but I can watch the League of Gentlemen, go through the whole box set, and then it'll be 6 years later I'll do the same.
yeah,
And it is years later, but it's still wonderful when I watch it. It doesn't diminish.
yeah. So in regards to like your favorite episodes, then Kim, is your favorite episode still the same as it
Yep.
was?
Yeah. It's always been minor injuries for me.
That's your favorite.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, Liz, what's your favorite?
What? I actually watched them film Minor Injuries, so I should really say that, shouldn't I? I had a talk with the vicar. I
did you?
went to the hospital and talked with him and saw the
Wow.
traffic warden.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
well cool.
So is that your favorite?
Well, yeah, I think, yeah, I kind of, it's hard to get a favourite one, isn't it? It's all little clips. And when Curtin goes up and does the building and that one, I quite enjoy that one. I can never remember their names.
No, I can. That's all the scenes sort of roll into one big this country mush, because it's like I can never remember which one goes on with which. And I should be a bloody expert on it.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
like
favorite?
the one where she threw the shoe on the train. That was sort of the lastest sort of one, wasn't
That
it?
was the last
And she
series,
was
wasn't
talking
it?
about the
Definitely.
milkman, wasn't it? And I thought, oh gosh.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Go on then, Ross. What's your favorite? Still the same as it was before?
It's, I can't remember which. I thought it was Peeping Tom, but I can't remember if that's. It's the one with the it's the one with Dan in it, with the smashing of the mug into the floor. But I can't remember the episode name. I think that is Peeping Tom. Or was that Threatening Letters?
Random Acts of Kindness.
Threatening letters.
Threatening Letters.
Yeah.
Threatening Letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dan's the one that wrote the spoilers for anybody that hasn't seen it. But Dan's the one that wrote the letters. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. It's weird looking back on that, because we were really sort of in the middle of it all, weren't we? With us doing the podcast, you guys having the Facebook page, the whole hub of the sort of fandom.
Yeah, going along to Northleach and things like that, and just sort of, walking about it and
doing the live shows and having like Slugs, having Michael there in the first couple of shows. And
because it was wake and stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's
but
crazy.
then I carried on. I went to Belgium with Charlie and Paul for the football thing.
That's right. Yeah.
In October the year before last, and so I think it became outside. It moved outside of this country. Obviously, the football match at Swindon wasn't too long back. Yeah, you went there, were you?
No, I can't remember what we were doing. We had some. I can't remember. I think I was injured. I couldn't play. I think that's what it was. I think. What are you laughing for, Kim?
That would explain their scoreline then, obviously, right?
Oh, what was the score?
It was about 5-0 or something like that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Was it? I must admit, I mean, that first charity football match was like great from start to finish.
Yeah,
it just,
absolutely.
I mean, Ross got on the score sheet.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, but it was just so much fun, It was just like the whole. It's one of those things that was so much fun that there was no way they could recreate that again. It was just a one-off.
Pop noodle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the greatest moments.
Yeah, Daisy doing the commentary. That was
That's
awesome.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't to be sat next to Daisy and have Daisy like in character as Kerry while I'm doing the commentary, and then Neil on the sideline. It just worked so well. It was just fantastic. And like I say, there's no way if they tried to do another one, it would never have been as good.
No, and I think like that one was a lot about this country and Paul's charity. The Swindon one, there were Swindon Town fans
Oh,
who
you
had gone
can't
along.
kiss me alive on air.
No.
Whoa!
Hey up then! Hey up then! We're gonna have to mark this as not safe for kids.
Yeah, there's other podcasts for
Sorry.
that.
Goodness me! Right, now, if something else comes hoving into view, then Liz, we're gonna have to cut your camera, okay?
You always get one. Turn up
Goodness
late.
me!
Oh,
I
have
tell
it.
you what, it's like a.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's fine.
We turned up late for one of, I think it was Martin Muckler when he did his live, and I think we turned up late, and Keris was doing the comedy, and me and Lester walked in, and she said, "I know what you're up to." We were like 5
Well, by
minutes
the looks
late.
of it,
Oh,
she wasn't
no!
joking, was she?
I was
By the
gonna
looks of it, yeah, she was absolutely
Embarrassing.
right. I tell you what,
No.
just
It's
give us a
laugh.
little warning. Give us a little warning next time you
Sorry.
start getting a bit
Sorry. I
smoochy.
said
Okay?
no.
You'll hear the zip.
I can't control him.
Is he coming back? Can't control him.
He's got to talk on his CB, so it's all right. It's gone.
Is that code for something?
Yes.
Is that
Got to
code?
talk.
Yeah, okay, he's going to go and talk on his CV. Okay, right. I think we're going to do one of your what's it called? What's it called? Quizzes. That's right. So Kim, we're going to do you first.
Okay.
Oh
okay.
no!
I was gonna say. Go
And then
on.
we'll do a quiz.
Together.
Right. Here's the quiz book.
Whoa.
I'm gonna flick through the pages. You need to tell me when to stop
Okay.
to choose your subject. Are you ready?
Yep. Stop.
Okay. Right, I need to take my glasses off as well so that I can see. So A or B?
B.
Hobbies and leisure.
Okay.
Okay. No help from the audience, please, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get Kim's name written down. So we have Kim, and then we do Liz next, and then I mean this is breaking protocol, but Ross is going to get a second bite of the cherry. I can't believe
Whoa.
this. All of those other guests are just going to message me saying, "What the hell's going on? Why does he get?" But then again,
What did anyone get to at the top? Was it still 5 or did someone
no,
press the button?
7.
Seven?
Whoa.
Joe J from the group of ladies at 9 o'clock absolutely stormed it.
How did you
Wow.
even get that many
7.
questions in?
Yeah,
60
exactly. Yeah, no, she never got one wrong, and she just stormed her way through it. So 7 is now the record to beat. Yeah, I feel like to be honest, for Ross to have another go, basically sums up like Ross and the whole this country thing, isn't it? I mean, Ross there was no one that got as much luck as Ross winning
Absolutely.
the shoes,
Yep.
you know, getting
The
picked in for the
shoes, yeah.
football, scoring in the football,
Yeah.
Being in the
Yeah.
aftermath.
being in. That's right. Yes, the
Yeah.
star of the aftermath, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, you should have just bought a lottery ticket, Ross. I mean, you wouldn't be talking to us now. You'd be, you know,
I would.
oiling those hips on some beach
I
somewhere.
thought you were going to say oiling the lamps of my Lamborghini, but no.
No, it was those little snake hips. I love it. Okay, right then. It's up to you, Kim.
Yep.
Your time starts when the lady says so. Are
Okay.
you ready?
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Which part of the body names a millennium feature on the London skyline?
Eyes.
Correct, as in the London Eye, yes. Which sport would you watch at Aintree?
Horse racing.
Is correct. Are there more chairs at the start or end of a game of musical chairs?
Start.
Correct. What a question that is. What links a novice's ski slope and a garden centre?
Don't know.
Nursery. What name is given to the promotional scheme to save points for cheaper plane travel?
Air miles.
Is correct. The initials RSVP comes from a request in which language?
French.
Correct. What colour are most road signs on UK motorways?
Blue.
Is correct. Oh,
that was good.
That was 6.
Oh,
You are in
Well done.
second place, Kim.
yeah, yeah.
Well done. Oh, if only I could just have slipped one more in there. Oh dear. Oh, right. Come on, Liz. Let's do you next. Come on.
Oh,
I'm pushing
Another
Kim out of
thing.
the way, and I'm getting you ready, Liz,
So yesterday.
for your 60 seconds of magic. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Don't sound so scared. Right.
It doesn't hurt, Liz. You're all right.
I'll
Oh,
yeah, that's it. I'll flick
I'll
the
bring
book.
it a hard one. Okay.
Hey.
Oh.
I'll flick the book, and you tell me when to stop.
When?
When? Okay. A or B?
Oh.
No, not O. A or
B.
B. You can't have
B.
O.
B.
B. Past times the 70s.
Oh, 70s. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
Okay, then. Here we go. The time starts when the lady says so. Here we go.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, in which country did black activist Steve Biko die in 1977?
Oh, my goodness. Africa?
Which part? Any type of Africa?
Oh, South Africa?
Is correct. Which US president was brought down by the Watergate scandal?
Oh, gosh. What? Oh, gosh. I forgot. Nixon.
Is correct. What did a policeman use to hide a streaker's embarrassment in a famous incident at Twickenham in 1974?
His helmet.
Is correct. Which London-born comic Charlie was knighted?
Charlie? Oh, Charlie Brown?
Charlie
No.
Chaplin. Which tree population was decimated by a Dutch disease?
Elm.
Is correct. Did SkyTrain provide cut price tickets by air or rail?
Air?
Is correct. Who succeeded John Paul I as Pope?
John Paul II?
Is correct. Right, that was another 6.
Whoa.
Another 6. This is just
Ross.
putting the pressure on Ross now. We had Kim with 6, Liz with 6.
Oh God.
Oh, Ross. I mean, look, we're ahead of the watershed, but don't shit the bed on this one, Ross. Okay, come on. You got the ladies are showing you how to do it. The pressure is well and truly on. So it's all about the flick. That's what I say. It's all about the flick. So here we go.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
I mean, I don't know. You might, if you choose this, you might be an expert on it. So A or B?
A.
A. How are you on cricket?
Oh, I can't stand cricket. What's B?
B is potluck.
I'm not a potluck again.
Yeah, it's either every 2 pages is either potluck and a subject. So I do feel like, I mean, look, we're coming up to the end of this madness. So let's give you another flick. You got one more flick. I'm really helping you out here, Ross. Come on. Let's go again. Stop. Okay. A or B?
A.
Potluck. The other one was food and drink, so I don't know how you'd have been on that. But potluck.
Okay. let's go
Are
with
you
it, see
ready?
what we do. I am ready for another one.
Okay. Let me make sure I've got the right answers. Okay. Time starts when the lady starts and blah, 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 blah.
Begins in 3, 2, 1.
Which British boxer was the first to win 3 Lonsdale belts outright?
Frank Bruno.
Henry Cooper. Who won the 2018 Mercury Music Prize for Visions of a Life?
Ed Sheeran.
Wolf Alice. In 1988, who scored 405 not out at Taunton?
Pass.
Graham Hick. In which century did Joan of Arc become a saint?
8th.
The 20th. Who died first, Gilbert or Sullivan? You got 50-50 chance on this one, Ross.
Gilbert.
Sullivan.
Ah,
Which American state is called the gambling state?
Nevada.
Is correct. Yay! Yay! You got one. Oh God, no! I'm getting all. Which writer and politician bought poet Rupert Brooke's house?
Jeffrey Archer.
Is correct. You got two. You got two. Add that to the one you got in the first round, and you got three altogether, Ross. I'm going to put you on three.
Thank you very much. Half of.
I
They
know.
were tough questions, though.
The potluck yesterday, Kim. They were tough.
Were they?
Yesterday's. Yeah, they were. I mean, potluck, though, isn't it? But cricket.
I mean,
cricket
what can
or
you say?
potluck?
What can you say? What can you say about that hasn't already been said? So we've got new. So Tim is now down into third place. We've got joint second, Kim and Liz on 6, and Joe J on 7. So
Where am
women's-
I now?
Where are you now? You are. I mean, you're joint 6th, I think.
Yes, I like. Yeah, see, I got 6 in one way.
In one way, in one way, yeah. You can think of it like that if you
Quite the
want.
right way.
Not quite the right way.
I'm
But
going to
yeah,
write it down in my book. 6.
I think you should. I think you should.
Not in the right way.
But what I don't want now, Ross, is for you to turn up like on the last hour, expecting to get another go,
Another
try
go.
and add another 3, so then you can say, "I've got 6." When you've had 3 goes at it, it doesn't work like that. Like I said, the blowback I'm expecting to get because you've had 2 goes, Ross. It's
I
like,
know it's going to be a whirlwind of distress coming your way.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Let's get back to the old this country thing after all that. After that bombshell. So where are you guys in following like Charlie and Daisy's career now then? Kim?
Well, I was very impressed with See How They Run, the film that Charlie did with Tom George, obviously. I really enjoyed that. Might have watched that more than once. I made the mistake, I think, of watching Daisy's other series. I watched it as it came out each week, and I think I would have enjoyed it more had I binged it.
Oh right, okay. All right then. Liz?
Is it Can You Ever Forgive Me? Was that the one? The new one of Daisy.
Am I being unreasonable?
Unreasonable.
Am I being
Yeah,
unreasonable? Yeah, that I
yeah.
like that one.
Hello.
With the that I enjoyed that one. I've been watching Daisy May and the Witchfinder.
Mhm,
So
that was great.
yeah, I think I binge watched them though. Yeah, I don't know what they'd be like if I watched them like each series. And I watched Charlie when he was fishing with Reese and Mortimer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that way, and then I went to see Paul when he did his show. So that was good. And then I got Daisy's books. Yay.
Right.
What, Daisy's book and a joint book.
Yeah.
And then sort of looking what the other Paul, the Vicar Paul has been up to.
Yeah. When I watched See How They Run, I didn't realise he was in that because he was like the butler in See How. Yeah, I thought, there he is.
That was good. Yeah.
He's turning up.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, Ross, what about you?
I still need to watch Am I Being Unreasonable? I loved the Witchfinder. I thought that was the role she was most like Daisy from what I've seen outside of this country.
Oh, you want to see that other one? That was good.
I saw I think half an episode of it and I really liked it. So it's and I've been told I should watch it. So and just Paul in Mortimer and Whitehouse in the fishing Christmas special. Not Paul, Charlie. Sorry,
Charlie.
But otherwise, I haven't seen the film yet, so I need to get onto that. And I wouldn't, on a publicly broadcasted stream, mention anything about ripping anything or anything like that. So
no, well, not again. Anyway, you got away with it once, Ross. I don't think you're going to get away with it again.
No, as I said, I wouldn't mention that. So
no, exactly.
But I hate Buzzcocks, the program. I've never ever liked it. So I won't watch it, whether Daisy's on it or anyone else is on it.
Yeah.
I have watched all them. I will admit to that. But then I love Greg Davis as well, so
See, I like Greg Davis, and
even more reason for me to watch that.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a couple of shows I really can't
I've
stand, and it's one of those.
what's the name of that? The thing that Days is in? What was it you said? Am I being unreasonable?
Mm,
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that yet. My missus watched it and said that it was really good.
mm.
I don't know. I obviously saw. Didn't we do during the pandemic? We did like a screening thing, didn't we? With that of Greed, the Steve Coogan movie.
Yeah, we watched Greed. That's right. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, because I thought I didn't particularly like the film, but I thought Charlie was really good in it. He was like he was in the salesman, was he, or something in the shop?
that's right. That's it.
Yeah, I thought he was really good in that.
Agent-esque for my liking in that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But I thought he was really good in the See How They Run.
Yes, he was.
The movie overall was a little bit hit and miss, but it's BAFTA nominated movie,
absolutely.
isn't it? Yeah.
The other things, none of them, apart from Trevor, none of them have been inside number 9. And this series has been announced, and none of them still in this one. So
really?
Hopefully in the 9th series, the last series will have one of them.
Right, and then Daisy also appeared again in Avenue 5. I don't know if any of you watched that, the Armando Iannucci.
She was.
I did see the first series of that. I've not seen any of the second.
Yeah, so she's the character that she was in the first series. She's her twin sister.
Oh, cool.
So that's how they've got her into series 2.
They've got her back, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
So I've only watched the first episode of the second series, but yeah, I thought, oh my god, just because I think spoilers if you haven't seen it, but she gets like sucked out the airlock and like cut up or splattered everywhere, doesn't she?
Is it a drama program?
It's comedy.
It's comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's comedy.
Yeah, Armando Iannucci wrote it.
Well, you know, so I know it's a space thing, so I just wondered if it was. And you know, a lot of comedies don't generally have someone getting sucked out and splattered or cut up.
I mean, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, I can remember that episode in Only Fools and Horses when Grandad got stuck up and
cut up into the road sweeper as his ashes.
Yeah. God blimey, Dell, he said, as he got splattered against
as his limbs got ripped off.
Yeah. That's something worth seeing. We should do that. What sitcom? What old sitcom do you think would work as a horror film? Steptoe and Son. I reckon Steptoe and Son would be like a hostel kind of thing.
Buses.
On the buses. Oh my god! I'm gonna get you back there. Yeah.
I mean, just for the total un-PC-ness of it, I guess Love Thy Neighbor and things like that could be classed as horror.
I was listening to a podcast and I didn't know this existed, but they did when Love Thy Neighbor finished in the UK, they did an Australian version. Did you know that?
No.
And it was the same guy. It was Jack Smethurst who played the white guy.
Yeah.
His family moved to Australia. And the switch was that he ended up being the what's the word? The like the foreigner, if you like.
Yeah.
So the whole point of the story was Australians having a go at him, calling him horrible names.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that existed, but apparently an episode is on YouTube of that. But you watch an episode of the original Love Thy Neighbor and you just think, how did they get away with that? The stuff that they say is crazy.
Yeah, it's terrible, some of it. Eric no. It's Eric someone. He's in loads of like programs that are really racist where they got like the men to play Indians but just blacked out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just the comedy's terrible.
Yeah. And of course the famous one, I don't know if again any of you guys have heard it was the sitcom where it only lasted one episode and it was called Heil Honey, I'm Home. And it was all about Hitler at home with Eva Braun.
Oh my goodness.
And there was one episode and it's on YouTube and it's like it is like a Terry and June sitcom, but it's about Hitler and Eva Braun at home getting into various funny scrapes and stuff. How they were saying how it even got through the brainstorming phase of like, why don't we do a sitcom about Hitler? That somebody then signed up on it and then they wrote a script and they actually did like the pilot for it. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But it is on YouTube. Heil Honey, I'm Home. It's called. It's even got like one of those really good sort of 70s theme tunes. You know, it's Heil Honey, I'm Home. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly like that.
Wow.
What makes people think they're going to get away with stuff like that? Oh dear. So quickly, then. All right, favorite sitcom of all time, Kim.
Oh God!
Wow, that's a hard one. There's too many. There's just too many.
But you got to have one. You've got to choose one. Your life depends on it.
A sitcom. Come Back to Me.
Who's in that?
No. Come back to me.
Oh,
I'll
right,
have to think of one really quick.
Go on then, Liz.
Oh, I used to like Butterflies.
Okay,
And there was
Wendy
one-
Craig, yeah.
Yeah,
Linda.
Wendy Craig. And that was a while ago now. I don't know why I liked it, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Go on then, Ross. It's got to be Partridge, hasn't it?
It has got to be, yeah. It's just, I mean, it's funny because when I was younger, I used to I binge watched all of Red Dwarf, and then I binge watched all of Only Fools and Horses, and then the same with Porridge. And each of those three comedies, when I was watching them at the time, I was like, actually, once you are watching them back to back and kind of growing with the characters for each episode through the series, you kind of then think, actually, this is my favorite all-time comedy, and you can get into that mindset with anything you watch from start to finish without interruption of others. So it's really difficult to choose that. Alan Partridge, it has to be, I think, for me. But like Blackadder series are fantastic as well, and I could love that at the time I'm watching it. But yeah, it'll be Partridge.
Yeah. Okay.
Short answer.
Back to
Okay,
you,
I'm ready
Kim.
now.
Which one?
For me, it's got to be Bottom. All the young ones.
Ding. You asked for a hard
For
one.
me, it's got to be Bottom. That's a quote. That's a T-shirt. That is. Yeah, so I haven't watched the young ones for a while, and I wonder whether obviously it looks going to look
it's
dated.
a bit dated now when you watch it, obviously, like most of them of that time are now.
But then it was so ahead of its time when it came out in like mid-80s, wasn't it? It was just like the stuff that they did on there. I mean, it was sort of partly like Monty Python, but it was just it was so outrageous. I remember that the University Challenge episode was just like from start to finish with Vivian putting his head out of the train wheel. Do not put your head out of the window. I wonder why. And does that, and all of a sudden like, his head's cut off, and he's just that footage of like the body sort of walking down the track, and then Vivian's head. You took your time, you bastard, and kicking it down the railway track. Oh, I used to love the young ones. Oh,
they were great together, those two.
Oh, they were absolutely. Yeah. I always felt like Bottom. I don't know. It wasn't the same. They were obviously being the same characters, like they've grown up, kind of. But it wasn't the same. The young ones was lightning in a bottle for me. It really was. I can't remember which. Well, because we did a top 10 comedies, top 10 sitcoms, and I can't remember which one I put as number 10.
Yeah, I know that was the one I did.
It was probably Fools and Horses.
Yeah, it might have been Blackadder for me, I think.
Oh, okay.
It might have been.
I only liked the Ghost fourth one in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I love number 3.
Yeah, number 2 was
with Prince George.
Yes, yeah. Number 2 was my favorite. What number?
Great.
There you go. Sitcoms. I can tell you exactly what. There you go. Mine was number 10, Police Squad. Have any of you seen Police Squad?
Bit silly for my life.
Really? Oh, I love it. Arrested Development, number 9.
Not seen that.
Have you not seen that? That is clever but stupid. It's an American one. 8 was The Young Ones. 7, Toast of London. 6, Fawlty Towers. 5, Father Ted. 4, The US Office. 3, Alan Partridge. 2, Only Fools and Horses, and 1, Blackadder. That was my top 10.
Did you have mine there?
I don't know.
It's
just that's my notes for the episode, and I just keep that. Whereas yours, I wrote down on a pad. I don't think I've got that pad here anymore.
The thick of it is another one that I watch it, and I think this is just so clever that There's nothing
Yeah.
beats this. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's nostalgia that creeps in those comedies as well. So it might
Yeah.
not be the best written or the sharpest in how it was filmed or anything like that, but because it has sentimentality to it. So Partridge, I'm a Partridge series 1 is pretty poor when you like look at it on its merits now, but it has so much more significance for other reasons.
But I think if you look at it like an average of the quality, I do think like this time with Alan Partridge does drop it down a little bit, because I was a bit disappointed with the second series at least.
Yeah, I quite liked it. Stratagems come out on Amazon Prime yesterday.
Oh, is it?
And yeah, and I was watched that live, and I quite enjoyed it. But there's a lot of people in the Partridge group I'm in who are like quite critical of it, saying this is just pretty poor.
I noticed there was a lot of videos saying that it was like paying lots of money for tickets, and I wouldn't pay
walking
that
out
again.
early and stuff.
Yeah, which is surprising for something like Steve Coogan, but anyway, so just to finish off, which again sounds disgusting. Everything sounds disgusting at the moment. I don't know what. Look at Liz. Look at Liz doing it with the eyebrows.
With her kisses,
And
bottom,
why is it, Liz? I keep
hard
thinking
ones
that
and finishing
something
off.
is going to come into shot. Why is that? I just got
God,
a
it's
feeling
right.
that I don't
I'm
know.
on my own.
Yeah, you're on your own. That's okay then. That's okay. I've forgotten what I was going to ask. No, it's gone out of my brain. Yeah. So, do you think? How long do you think it'll be before we get another series or a special of this country? Do you think it'll ever happen? Kim, you go first.
I hope so. I hope it will happen, and I hope it won't be too long that everybody's kind of forgotten, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'd like to think, if not this Christmas, next one for a Christmas special.
What about you, Liz?
Yeah, I'd love a Christmas special. And I think, because I asked the question, and then I think Paul said no, but I think there was rumours, wasn't there? So yeah, I'd love one this year. Yay!
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Go on then, Ross.
No, not after. Stop filming.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there might be a special at some point, but I think it will be years away, because I think Daisy's career is on an upward trajectory, and I think normally the specials kind of happen when there's nothing going on. I think lots of comedies do that. Like the Gavin and Stacey one was years later, and a bit of a reunion type thing, and everyone's aged. Or the Goodnight Sweetheart one happened, in 2016 or something, but the original series ended in 97. So I think it depends on the trajectory of the people, and I think Daisy might see that as a backward thing at the moment, to go back to something to go back to when she's comfortable to. But at the moment she's in loads of stuff, and Charlie likewise. So don't know. I'd like to think it would be sooner, but I'm not sure I can.
The thing is, it's because of the device of a documentary, they've always got the thing that they could leave it 20 years.
Yeah.
And then they say, 20 years ago, it's like a 20-year reunion. Let's go back and see what has happened to everybody, or even 10 years, that they could do that kind of thing. But it's like, it'd be interesting to know what they would do with Daisy, whether they would put her in a fat suit, or whether, because obviously she's all glamorous now, or whether Kerry has moved away and because of the documentary has done well for herself, and that wouldn't work because it wouldn't be
but
Kerry.
would we like to see Kerry like that though?
No, I want Kerry to pretty much be exactly the same.
Absolutely.
Still wearing the same Swindon Town shirt. She hasn't got a new one. It's still that either the grey one or the old Swindon Town shirt.
I want to see Polly.
Yes.
Or a jam.
I mean, I can remember like when we were doing all the predictions. We're going, we're going to see Polly. We're going to see this. We're going to see that.
And who was his name? Who was his name? Was it Tilda?
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. We were never officially told.
Never know.
I'm pretty
the
sure
Vicar's
it was.
got to come back.
Well,
yes.
Unless Bristol gets him. I mean,
no, yes. And who would we have? Probably like a glamorous female vicar, like Vicar Dibley.
Maybe that's what brings them together. Something happens to the vicar
Perhaps
in
it could
Bristol.
be a love interest for Len.
Maybe. There you go. Look, Liz again. Look. Liz is auditioning for a part there. Yeah. What lens
I do
parts?
good
Probably.
accent.
I suppose that's the question as well: is would they return to the village for the special, where, like, they would be? You know, if we're talking 10 years down the line, they're going to be
Oh gosh,
what,
yeah.
40s,
Yeah.
40s to 50s.
Yeah.
The likelihood of them still living in the village at that age is very small, I'd
Yeah.
say. And even if they did, they'd have grown up, and they're not going to be kids just kicking around with nothing to do. They're going to.
Yeah, because Charlie was going to have his flat, wasn't he, on that
Yeah.
new build?
Yeah.
That
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
So I
imagine.
wonder if you might have a special where it's in a different city or something like that, where they've met up, or like when she went away to Rada, and then Charlie joined her there, like actually moved away from their small village into, you know, a bigger, busier city or something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, start writing the treatment, Ross. Come on, let's put it to them and see what they say. Let's see what they say. Right then. I need another wee, so I'm gonna let's say goodbye. So we've got Kim on 6, Liz on 6, and Ross on 3.
Yes.
That was almost
Averaging
Ross
1.5.
on Y. No, Ross on Y. That'd be great. Thank you, everybody. It's been really nice to catch up with you.
Thank you, Baba.
I may see you again, Ross, in the next 5 hours. Who knows? You know, like a bad penny, you always turn up, eh? Liz, have a lovely evening. I'm sure you're going to be busy. And Kim, it was lovely to see you. Or at least
and you, as always,
get some rest
good
while
luck
you're
for
on
the
your
next
own.
2 hours.
Yes, thank you very much,
All right,
everyone.
bye.
You take care,
Take care,
everyone.
good to see you.
Lots and lots of love, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye. Oh dear. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So what is it? Let's see. It is now 2:45, and we have Josh from Just Films and that come in to join me. Let me just make sure. And this will be the last part of part 5, and then we're into the home straight, ladies and gentlemen. And also at the end of this one, I will be toggling off and toggling back on, so it will be a new feed, a new stream. So bear with me. I'm gonna go and have a wee. See you later, Ross. He's still there, bless him. Let me put this on, and I will see you in a sec. again. I'm not ready. I'm obviously pressing something wrong. See you in a minute. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. We're nearly on the home straight. This is the last part of part 5, and we'll be on to the final part 6 at 4 p.m. But at 3 p.m., before we get our next guest on, we have a sponsor, and it's Somewhere Else, Cirencester. Thank you very much to them for sponsoring this hour. Somewhere Else is not only where you'll find the best cocktails in Cirencester, but somewhere you can relax with friends, feel safe, and not have to shout over music that's too loud. Open weekdays from 11 a.m. Their extensive bar menu means there's something for everyone, available all day long, from hot drinks in the morning to lunchtime tipples and evening adventures. Somewhere Else will see you right the way through. Will see you right the way through to closing hours late into the night. So don't just go to any old bar. Go to Somewhere Else. Thank you very much, Somewhere Else, for sponsoring this hour. The gentleman in question is almost there to join us. Am I on a long break? No. I am here. There he is in all his glory. Let me just make sure that that is okay. And let's bring the gentleman on. Oh, it's not quite 3 o'clock. I don't want him to charge me for overtime. There he is. There he is. Let's get rid of those bits and pieces. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
I'm all right.
You tired?
I'm not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm not too bad. Yeah, I had a 7 o'clock this morning was hitting the wall, I think.
Yeah.
Went out for a walk at 8 and I've been feeling pretty good since then.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, it was bless her, poor old Alice this morning. She's got a cold and so she wasn't in a good way, but bless her heart. I said to her, look, if you want to just go back to bed, because I'm up now. What's the point?
What time did Alice come on?
5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, she's probably been up for about 2 hours at that point.
Yeah. To be fair, that was an hour later than last year because she took the 4 a.m. slot last year.
She's she's got some self-discipline when it comes to getting up. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah, fair play to her. But
I had a lovely lie-in.
I bet you did.
I did, honestly. I thought, I'm tired. I'm gonna have a lie-in, so I trapped myself.
It is the weird thing because I had a lot of my American friends that I was speaking to in the early hours of the morning. So I had my British friends and the UK friends all going to bed at 10, 11, midnight, and then seeing them all waking up at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then I had all my American friends, seeing them sort of just coming back from a bar and then them all going to bed. Now they're slowly starting to wake up now. So I've seen the end and the start of 2 days now.
Yeah.
It's very, very strange.
So what time are you finishing? About 8?
Yes, it's 8 o'clock. Yeah.
Nice.
So I just want to let me just make sure that we are. Yes, we are still all streaming now. At the end of this episode, it's not a
hour.
podcast. At the end of this hour, the live stream will stop because it's every 4 hours. So you're not yawn. Did you yawn then? How dare you yawn when I've been up for 20 hours? You know Giles Paley Phillips. I had him this morning, and he had the audacity to do his live stream with a bed behind him. I mean, if that's not rubbing your nose in it,
I should have come on like a wee willy winky nightcap.
You should have drinking a cup of cocoa. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so snuggly.
Yeah. Oh my lord. Yeah. Anyway, how are you? How are things going, sir?
Very, very well. Thank you. Yeah, busy. Been a busy year. Carries on to be a busy year. It was a busy year last year, but all for good reasons, I hope. So yeah. How about you?
Yeah. It's that thing. I mean, obviously, do you know what happened to Neil? Did you?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So I've been sort of riding solo for a couple of episodes, which is weird, having to do the facts and run the board as well as doing hosting the thing is a little bit weird. And our friend Loz joined us for a couple of episodes as well, so that was it's obviously never the same without Neil. So it'd be nice to get him back and get him working again.
How's he doing now?
He's doing all right. One of the breaks in his knee, from what he told me, is healing nicely, but the other one not so much.
Right.
So he's still got to have the brace on for a little while. So I think it's more frustration that he can't do anything,
Yeah.
So it's all the matter of just.
At least he's okay, though. That's the thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Could have been a hell of a lot worse.
It could have.
Yeah. Right. Before we do anything else,
go on.
And I'm afraid we're not going to be broadcasting after 9 o'clock, but fucking Ace Ventura, man. I mean, come on.
I knew this was going to come up. What's your problem?
I mean, whether it's, I'm just apoplectic with rage. Because I was listening to that episode at work and it took all of my, every fiber in my being to press delete on that episode just to get rid of it. But I thought, no, I'm gonna be a faithful fan and a faithful listener and listen to both sides of it, or at least listen to whether it's underrated or whatever.
What did you think then?
What do I I can't even talk. What did I think? I will say, I mean, it may be like When Nature Calls, maybe the greatest movie ever because I've never watched all of it.
Right.
But
How
that's
far have
only
you got?
because we walked out of Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. We walked out of the cinema halfway through because we couldn't stomach it, myself and my wife.
Jesus.
So we've never given that one. I don't know.
What specifically do you not like about it?
It's
Or
him.
them? So
It's
you just,
him.
yeah. I mean, let's be honest. If you don't like Jim Carrey, they're not the films for you, are they?
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily Jim Carrey. It's that character.
Right. Okay.
That's the thing. I mean, I don't mind Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. He's got a reason to act like that.
Yeah.
And even the Riddler in the Batman Forever movie, he's got a reason to act like that because that's his character. But the fact he does all that swanning in and all the overblown gestures and that, it's like, why? I know it's the character, but there's no reason for it, and it just puts me off the whole.
But you have to have a reason
franchise.
for everything, because otherwise, if you pull on that thread, you're gonna not like half of the, loads of stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Name one, like what?
Well, you could question anything, couldn't you? If you say why are they the way they are, you could question anything. Why are all stormtroopers such shit shots?
Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because they've all been seconded and they've all been taken away from their homes. They're not soldiers. They are just general public that have been told you have to fight for us.
Right.
That's why they're shit shots. That's why clone troopers are way better, because they were born to be soldiers. But it's like, if it's in the character, if it's what the character is supposed to be, like if I don't know, you should be defending it. I'm not.
Is it not meant to be that he is just a bit weird and a bit wacky and a bit outlandish, which is why he acts the way he acts? I mean, for me, so it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because comedy, by its very nature, is subjective. Like, for example, you like Carry On films, don't you? I can't stand Carry On films, mate.
That's fine.
I don't get it. So it is subjective, isn't it? It depends. Like, I might have mentioned this on the podcast before. My other half loves Napoleon Dynamite, right? And I've watched it about 3 times, and every time I've gone, I just don't get it. It is a 90-minute film that feels like a 4-hour epic to me, because it drags and drags and drags, and I don't understand why it's good. But it's subjective, isn't it? If it makes you laugh, it makes you laugh.
I agree. And I do think Napoleon Dynamite is definitely one of those Marmite kind of movies. I don't think there's many people that sort of go, yeah, I don't mind it. It's funny in places. People like my wife's the same as you. She doesn't understand. So I'll be there pissing myself laughing, and she go, "What are you laughing about?" Yeah. She goes, "I don't understand. Tina, come get some ham isn't funny. Why are you? Do you know what I mean? Why are you laughing at that?"
Yeah, it's subjective, isn't it?
It is subjective.
There is no. I don't think you can say there is objectively bad comedy, because it is entirely down to your sense of humor. There's stuff that is offensive, or there's stuff that's more objectively offensive, but I don't think it can be that is bad. So, like, for example, loads of people watch Mrs. Brown's Boys. I just do not find it funny. I don't see the appeal. But that doesn't mean it's bad. It means that it's not for me. Whereas I've watched comedies before. Like, I love Staff Lets Flats, right?
Right.
And I was with my sister for a long time yesterday, and I was talking to her, and she said, I just don't get it. I don't get the joke. Or like, one of my favorite ever sitcoms is The Thick of It, which some people just think. I don't know if it goes over people's heads. Maybe it's not the right setting. Maybe it's not what they're looking for. Some people like, some people like some things. Some people don't like things, and that's comedy for you. It's subjective, isn't it?
The one thing you're absolutely right about Mrs. Brown's Boys. The thing is, I love broad comedy. Look, Carry On films are about as broad as you can get with comedy.
God, yeah.
And I always think like Mrs. Brown's Boys is like a modern version of a Carry On film. But I don't understand why I don't like it. I just hate it. I cannot stand.
I know.
And I don't understand why they keep saying, "Oh, and this Christmas it's Mrs. Brown's." But I thought, and again.
And I've even tried to watch more of it.
Yeah.
I've sat and been like, I'm going to watch it, see it, and it's just not for me.
No.
But that doesn't mean it's bad. You can't say it's bad.
No, I agree.
You can only say it's not for you. And the people who make those programs are highly successful. There's no reason why they would be bothered. Do you know what I mean? Like
I'm not saying like if you love Ace Ventura, I'm not saying.
Well, that is objectively good, actually. I'm
not saying that you should not love it. And there's no way I would put that view. I think it's the fact of how it makes me feel.
Yeah.
I don't want to portray that and put that on anybody else. It's just that it's almost like I was saying to Alice this morning, I said, I just want to tell Josh just how angry I am about Ace Ventura. It's not that I'm saying you shouldn't like it. It's, it's just you need to know.
You want me
need
to know
my
your
rage.
thoughts on it.
Yeah, you need to know my anger.
Which is that I just think for me, you just didn't get it.
Absolutely,
it's too highbrow.
See, that's the thing. Then I know that I should just give up. If Ace Ventura is too highbrow for me, I've got no.
It's too high concept, isn't it?
It's
a pet
too,
detective.
yes.
What's that all about?
Exactly.
But no, I could completely get it, and I think I said it in the episode. I could completely get it. Watch Ace Ventura and just go, "This is annoying." But it hit me, and that's what Alice thought. Except Alice likes the first one,
right?
Whereas we had this debate about what is the second. We had this debate about what is better, the first or second one. Then we put it out to a vote, and the first one actually won by quite a big margin. I think I can't remember by how many, but it was like 60-40 or something like that.
Right.
So I don't know. For me, there's a nostalgia plays a big part in it because of when I watched it, and it came out in 90. They come out in 93 and 95 or something like that. So I didn't watch them when they first came out because I would have been 5. So I watched them on video when I was like 8, and then it just feeds itself then because you've got friends who've watched it and you quote it to each other, and before you know it, you like it. There's plenty of comedies if you go back and watch them, and if you try and watch them more objectively or more critically, where you go, "Oh, this doesn't age well." And there's plenty of films like that, not just comedies, but like we've covered films on the podcast from that sort of post-American Pie era, where you're like going, "Oh my god, this is aged really badly." Like like all the male characters are so misogynistic, all the female characters have no characteristics, like because it's all been written in the same vein, and it's not aged well at all.
Comedy changes like fashion as well. Sometimes doesn't it? It's like the comedy of the 70s is something that you would never get away with now.
Yeah, if you try to watch like Rise and Damp now, or whatever. I mean, there are episodes of things like I like Fawlty Towers, really like Fawlty Towers, but I've never been able to get into Only Fools and Horses.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I've tried to watch it. It's just not for me. And again, it's widely popular. It's very successful, arguably the most successful sitcom in British history. Certainly one of them. And it just doesn't do anything for me. Wow. But then all my friends take the mick out of me all the time because I can't stand the sitcom Friends.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't get it. Not a big fan of like American laughter tracks. I find it all a bit too telegrammed, a little bit too obvious.
Everybody's perfect.
Yeah, but I can see why people like it. I've tried to watch it. I really struggle with laugh tracks. The only things I like with laugh tracks are things like Alan Partridge, where it feels like they're using it ironically.
Yeah.
But even then, I like Father Ted. That's got a laugh track. I like a few other things that have got a laugh track. I don't know. Maybe it's an American thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because in America, it all feels like it's proper going off in the audience, and it's telling me where I need to laugh. But I don't know. It's ultimately it just comes down to personal taste, doesn't it? This is one of my favorite sitcoms, which is Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Right.
But I try and get people to watch it, and you've got no chance because if people haven't heard of it and they go, "What's it about?" and you go, "It's about 4 or 5 people who run a bar in Philadelphia and they're all horrible."
Yeah.
No, everyone goes, "Why would I want to watch that?" And then you go, "Oh, by the way, there's 15 series of it." So no one wants to watch it.
That's the trouble with a lot of things. I mean, like, there's no way at this point now I'm going to watch The Sopranos, The Wire, because it's at the time when it was like 20 episodes a season or 22 episodes a season. There's 9 or 10 series.
Yeah.
It's like you ain't got the time.
Is it physically possible to watch all of Grey's Anatomy?
I don't think it is.
I think if you started watching that now, you'd die of old age before you finished it.
Yeah.
Because there seems to be so much of it.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy is like looking at the light from a dying star. it's so far away that the light is hitting you from like 5 million years ago.
Like with the kids, actually takes 8 years for that episode of Grey's Anatomy to hit us.
Exactly. It's on like wax cylinder. That's the only way you can watch it. The first episode of the season.
My granddad watched Grey's Anatomy, and his granddad, and his grand before him.
I mean, what is it? 20 years it's been going?
Something like that. I've never really. I don't have an opinion on it. Like, I don't dislike or like it. Similar to you, when I'm looking for a TV show and I go, "What's this?" or it's really popular, 22 episodes of series. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I used to try and watch Arrow and The Flash.
Right.
And that became a 2-episode a week commitment for 6 months. It was like this is like like I'm training for something.
Yeah.
Having said that, back to what you said there, you should watch The Sopranos. It's brilliant. And it isn't 22 episodes, it's like 10 or 12 a series, I think. But it is worth it. Well, I think it's worth it. Having said that, I whenever I look for another series to watch, I'm like, I can't, it's like I'd love to watch Mad Men. But it's like 7 series or 6 series or something, and you're like, you think that's like a 60-hour commitment,
or
something like that. And if that's one a night, 5 times a week after work, it's like 10, 12-week commitment. It's mad.
Or the other simple way of doing it is be like Neil and break your knee. And you've got nothing but sitting down and you can,
I've got a friend at work, and she watched all of The Sopranos because she was on maternity leave. And she just binged it all, like whilst the baby was up through the night before she gave birth, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I'm still waiting for the time when we can have it like The Matrix, where they'll put a little slot in the back of your head, and you just put an SD card in there, and you download. There you go. That was 10 seasons of whatever it is, Grey's Anatomy. Let's do all 20. Yeah, blah, that's it. Got it.
You pass out.
Yeah. If we overload. Please buy more storage. Please
full memory.
Your brain starts bleeding through your ears because everything's full.
But then it's funny, isn't it? Because I talk about that and I'm like, I watch Match of the Day every week. Do you know what I mean? That's an hour and a half a week. So
that is, but then to be honest, if it's Match of the Day, I mean, you haven't really got anything invested in it, have you? Because Blackburn aren't going to be on it.
Certainly don't, mate. Yeah, I'm just sitting there like, remember 1995?
Yeah, remember those days. And it makes it even worse because Alan Shearer is there, and you think, oh my God, those days.
I just stroke the screen. Alan.
Did you see that FA Cup match last week when somebody planted that mobile phone?
The phone on the back. Yeah, it was funny, wasn't it? There was so many great tweets going around. There was one, wasn't there, where they take. Didn't they find it taped to the back of a chair?
Yeah.
And Gary Lineker did it saying, like, here's the culprit, and Kelly Cates replied just saying, a strap on. It's just, it was so good.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it was very funny.
It made me laugh because it was just on, and like my missus doesn't watch football, but we were both sat on the sofa, and she said, "What's that noise?" And I said, "Well, that sounds like sex noises." And she goes, "That don't sound like sex noises to me." And I thought, I don't know whether that said something about the noises or about
Radio 4's not on.
I thought I must be doing it wrong if they're the noises that you're supposed to get. I did say to Alice as well this morning, and that our next episode that we're going to do on our podcast is top 10 podcasts.
Right.
That's our thing, and I did give her a little spoiler, so I'll do the same to you as well. Is that you're going to be in my top 10? Yes. I'm not going to tell you what number, 11. But you're going to be
honorable mention.
No, because there's actually been 2 other people that I've spoken to over the last however many hours it is now. So I've already told like the general public 3 of my top 10 that are going to be on my top 10 because I've spoken to 3 of the people. Well, Giles' Blank podcast.
Yeah. Great show.
And Gene Bean Baxter and the
one that
Chat
they do.
podcast. Yeah.
There's so many great ones, isn't there?
There is. I mean, the thing is, it's like you can easily sort of. I mean, like, I think for me, Ricky Gervais was the one that started it. His podcast with Carl Pilkington and Stephen Merchant. But it is finding those little golden nuggets of ones like yours. Like I was saying to Alice this morning, I said it's the fact of the movies that 99% of the movies that you choose.
Which one would you not?
Well,
would
Ace
you not pick?
Ventura is definitely one of them. And then Grease 2 as well. I had a little bit of a spat with Alice this morning that how dare you, I mean, how can you like Grease 2 and not Grease?
And we've had it before where people try and get into it online and say that's not underrated, that's not underseen, and you sort of go, the point is that you're making a case for it.
Yes, exactly.
If you turn around and say you think that The Shawshank Redemption is underrated and you can bring an argument, you'd be very, very, very skilled at arguing, because I don't think that anyone would do that. But for example, I'm picking one that no one would pick.
Yeah.
Then you can do that. I picked True Lies, and loads of someone got into it with me on Twitter saying it's rated this on IMDb, and it was the second or first highest grossing film of that year, or third, or whatever. And I was like, yeah, but I don't really get into arguments with people, but I sort of do little sort of, well, you have to listen to find out, because I'm not really interested in getting into it.
Exactly.
But I did think, well, in the point we make in the episode is that I feel like people aren't going back to it. It was really difficult to find. It wasn't on like any of the streaming services. I've got it on DVD, so I was all right. But Alice couldn't find it.
Right.
So I don't know how. I don't know if she ended up buying the DVD. I don't know what she did, but in the end, to not be able to get True Lies, a James Cameron film with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jamie Lee Curtis in it, that's pretty
strange.
mad when you think about it.
Yeah.
And there is that element of looking at it in a post 9/11 world and in a more modern context and stuff like that. But someone, they were adamant. I don't know why you picked it. It was like, well, listen to the argument. If you don't agree, it's only entertainment. Like, don't worry about it. I've had plenty of people disagree with me.
Yeah, not everybody likes everything. You know what I mean? It's like there's not everybody likes Elvis, not everybody likes the Beatles, not everybody likes Star Wars. I don't understand why, but I can kind of understand why.
There is not a universally popular,
of course not,
TV show or film. There's very, very popular ones, but
I think it would be boring if that was the case.
I hear people say stuff like, I absolutely cannot watch superhero films. And that blows my mind, because I'm like, what? Well, it's great. But then you hear people, and they give a case for it, and you go, oh, fair enough, if that's how you feel. I'm not a big I'm not a big medieval guy. So I'm not a big like swords and shields. And so I'm not a big, I can very much appreciate how well made the Lord of the Rings films are. Used to love them, actually, when they first came out. But I've tried to watch them since, just not been able to get that same feeling again. That doesn't mean I think they're bad films. I think they're a bit overly long and they're not to my tastes.
Yeah.
But they're an absolutely amazing feat of filmmaking, and they're not. I'm not saying they're bad films. I just wouldn't choose to watch them because of how long they are. Whereas Alice, I think once a year, her and her husband do a full rewatch in a day. Nerds. But do you know what I mean?
Extended versions, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Alice stays awake for that long.
I mean, she's up early enough. She can watch them all.
She's up early with the dog.
In the morning.
But yeah, so it's funny. Well, anyway, back to saying that's very touching that you've included us. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's not. I didn't do it because like you were both guests on here. No, it's. I mean, the thing is, I know you because I've enjoyed your podcast. That's the thing.
Oh,
reach out and then be guests on each other's and stuff.
And same. I believe you're coming back on ours soon anyway, aren't you? We're going to do Field of Dreams, are we?
Field of Dreams, yes. Yeah. Oh God, that rub of the face. Then was that?
No, I've never seen. No, I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
No. So I believe Alice wants to pick it as a classic, and when we do, she'll ask you to come on.
Yeah.
Like spoiler ahead of time. I don't think I've ever seen Field of Dreams.
Wow.
I haven't seen loads of Kevin Costner films outside of Robin Hood and oh my God, there's another one that was in my head.
Waterworld?
I have seen Waterworld. I wasn't counting that.
Bodyguard?
Yeah, I've seen The Bodyguard. I suppose he's in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Hidden Figures, he's good in that. Have you seen Hidden Figures?
I've not seen all of it. No, I've not seen all of it.
What a film! I can't remember the other one.
It's from Yellowstone. Have you seen Yellowstone?
I don't. I believe it's very good.
It's really good. Yeah, really good.
And there's about five spin-offs now, isn't there? With Harrison Ford,
1883 or something, and then 1923, I think.
So is it all one family through the ages, sort of thing?
I believe so. Yeah, I've not seen any of the other ones. We're just working our way through the Costner. Tell a lie. We watched the first episode of the Harrison Ford one, but we thought it might be better to finish watching. I think
I'll
they've
watch
done the
anything.
first.
I will watch anything with Harrison Ford in it.
Yeah.
We're gonna start that Shrinking soon, I think, which I don't even think he's in that much, but he is in it.
See, I don't think he's a fantastic actor, but he's a great movie star.
He is, for me, he's up there with the movie star. He's like,
Yes.
he's the guy. You got actors, you got film stars who are massive, actors. We did a Tom Hanks film the other week on the podcast that I'd never seen before for Valentine's Day. And I remember watching it thinking, I don't think there's anything he can't do. Maybe musical, but that's flatly because I don't know if he can sing or not. If he can sing, he can do a musical.
Yeah.
But he can do comedy. He's an amazing comic actor. He's a brilliant. He's won. Well, I don't need to delve into Tom Hanks' career. Everyone knows the great things he's done. But Harrison Ford is so good at what he does. But he has done good films with good performances before. Like there's a in 42. That's a good one.
No, I haven't seen that.
I think it's called 42. It's about what's the really famous baseball player called?
Jackie Robinson, isn't it?
Robinson.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman, God rest him, plays Jackie Robinson, and Harrison Ford plays the coach. Can't remember his name. Who discovered him, and he's really good in it.
Right.
Even the other week, we have a running joke sort of with my friends and stuff that there is no fourth Indiana Jones film.
Right. Yeah.
So I'll be like, I can't, like, if it's on telly, I'll go, I can't believe ITV have put nothing on for 2 hours. And then someone tweeted me once saying it's Indiana Jones 4. And then another mate immediately replied because he put an IMDb link in saying it's this.
Oh,
and
right.
mate replied saying, nothing's coming up, mate.
Yeah.
But Indiana Jones 4, but even in the, let's pretend it does exist for a minute, but even in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which is, it's got some okay moments in it, but the bit where he's arguing with Marion during an action scene, and she says to him, surely there must have been other girls. And he said, yeah, but they all have one problem. She goes, what? And he goes, they weren't you, honey.
Yeah.
And my partner, who's never seen it, just went, he's just always cool, isn't he? And I went, yeah. I said, no one else could do that.
No.
Like, he's just so suave and cool. And, I do love Harrison Ford. I wish he liked Star Wars more.
Yeah, that moment.
I wish he didn't hate Star Wars as much as he does.
But that moment in The Force Awakens when he steps onto the Millennium Falcon and he goes, Chewie, we're home. It's just a fantastic line.
Yeah.
And the way, I don't know why they do it. They did that in The Force Awakens. Like the reading or the way that he portrays that line in the trailer is different to how it is in the movie.
Yeah.
Exactly the same as in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, when it's that they're at that graveyard and Shia LaBeouf says to him, are you a teacher?
Oh yeah.
And he goes, part-time.
Part-time.
But then on the trailer, no, in the movie, he goes, part-time. Like
It's
weird. Why?
Yeah, and in the trailer he goes, part-time. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, they do. And the Marvel films are bad for it, aren't they? But what they do is they take stuff out with CGI.
Yes.
So there's bits in it. Like, if you look at, I think it's the trailer for Endgame, Thor is just normal Thor.
Right.
But obviously he's not normal Thor, is he? He's overweight, alcoholic Thor in Endgame. Which the fact they keep him like that all the way through the film, it's just like, because there was bits when I remember thinking, no, he'll catch the hammer or something and he'll just go back to being fit Thor. And he just doesn't.
No.
You're like, oh right, okay, he's just this all the way through. It's brilliant. But yeah, they do change stuff, don't they?
It was another reason why I loved Endgame, because I thought, finally, I've got something that I can cosplay as. If I just get a bigger beard and I'm just like, I can cosplay as someone. I can cosplay as Fat Thor. That's it.
Fat Thor.
Person.
Yeah.
That's it. I can do. And then, of course, in bloody Love and Thunder, they get him all back and being buff again. So
even more buff than before somehow.
Even more buff.
Have you seen Love and Thunder?
I have, yeah.
What did you reckon?
I sort of enjoyed it the first time, and then every time I've watched it, it's sort of like they're making him more of a comedy character, and it's too comedy now.
It works well in Ragnarok, but I'd even say in Ragnarok there are some bits that go
just too far.
Too far. Because I like that little bit of comedy, I do, but there is also an element of, like you said, and it's even a problem with the wider MCU films where they're so quippy.
Yeah,
Fat Thor was my nickname in college. Someone's just but they do a lot of quipping.
Yes.
But I thought Love and Thunder was better than I thought the reviews were.
Yeah.
But I just every time Christian Bale came on, I couldn't take my eyes off him.
No, I thought he was great.
He's just having a whale of a time.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
Yeah. Oh, that was Dan the man. Who was Fat Thor was his nickname in college.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's I don't know what I was going to say then. So my brain's turned to mush.
Look for Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you. I think they made it a very comedic role in Ragnarok, and I think they doubled down because if you look at, there's a lot of heavy stuff that's going on in Love and Thunder. You got Jane with cancer and all that kind of stuff, and although those moments do hit quite emotionally, I think they just overlaid the comedy just a little bit too much.
And there's so much Korg in that film.
Yes,
not that, and he's a good character, but he's in it a lot.
And
obviously that because it's Taika Waititi and he's the director.
Yeah, I think
and
that's
writer
exactly
of the
what it is.
One.
I think that's exactly what.
Have you watched the good Taika Waititi series? Have you watched Our Flag Means Death?
No, I haven't. No, is that actually? I thought
it's on iPlayer.
Right.
It's just come on iPlayer in the last couple of weeks or last month or so. It's worth a look. Really good. It starts a little. I'd say it starts fairly slowly, but give it three or four episodes, and I really liked it. I thought it was really good. It's worth a look.
Okay, I will look at that. I was telling Alice about I think I mentioned it about White Lotus. Have you seen White Lotus yet?
So we watched the first series, and I gave up on it.
Yeah, I can understand why.
I think we watched 4 or 5, and I just sort of was like, I don't really see. I felt like all the plot points were a bit. I could see where it was all going, and it just didn't grab me as I thought it would do. And maybe that's because sometimes things can be overpraised or over criticized to such a degree that you go and expected something, and actually there's almost no middle of the road anymore. It's just like, oh, actually it's fine. Like I didn't come away from it thinking it was rubbish. It just was like, if something hasn't grabbed me in a few episodes, I won't carry on because life's too short.
Yeah, you're right. And also for me, it was that there was no one to root for. It's like you've got a bunch of really obnoxious people. Not everybody,
but lots of. How many things have we seen about big groups of rich people? I don't really necessarily need to see that all the time.
And the majority of them are assholes, and it's like none of them seem to get their comeuppance.
No,
they just act like assholes all the way through it, and nothing seems
to continue.
Yeah, apart from spoilers, a big turd in the suitcase. That's
oh yeah. But is that so? Have you watched the first? Because there's another series now.
Yeah, I watched the second series as well, and it wasn't. There were some funny moments in the first series. The second series wasn't quite as funny, and it just seemed to be more.
It's nice to see Jennifer Coolidge getting some praise. Very
absolutely.
Much so.
Absolutely.
But the series itself, it was fine. I didn't. If I'm not engaged with it, I will give up after a couple of. I sort of say I'll give it 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And then if it might earn another episode if it does something good. But then I'll give up.
That's normally my sort of. You give it at least 2 or 3 episodes of a series, and yeah, I think that's a good little barometer of giving something a chance, without a doubt. Right, we have some more business to deal with.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do a 60-second trivia quiz.
Okay.
Now, 7 is the record in 60 seconds.
Okay.
Just to let you know, I mean, obviously, you want bragging rights against Alice, of course.
Go on, what did she get?
So, she got 0. So
I have to get 1.
You have to get 1 to get bragging rights.
Is it films? Is it about films?
It's this book.
Right, so it's just pub quiz stuff.
So it could be anything. You could.
If it's about films, Alice hasn't seen any.
Yeah.
Every time, despite the fact we do a film podcast, she's never seen anything. So go on. So I've just got to answer the questions.
Right. Yeah. So you will have 60 seconds, but I'm going to flick the book, and you tell me to stop, and then that'll be the page that you will be.
Stop.
Okay.
That's science or something, isn't it?
That is science. Right. A or B?
Just pick one. Let's go penalties. A. First penalty taker.
So it's potluck.
Right.
Is what you've got your questions on. Let me just make sure I get the right page for the answers. Is that the right one? Potluck 34. Potluck 34. Okay, your time will start when the lady tells you it starts. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, actor Robert Carlyle led the Full Monty as which character?
Gaz.
Wow, well done. What does a Catholic call the string of beads used when praying?
Rosary beads.
Correct. It's a bit loud. Number 3. In 2018, Gary Oldman won an Oscar for his portrayal of which British politician?
Winston Churchill.
Is correct. In what type of educational establishment was Educating Rita set?
University.
Is correct. In the Bible, which king tried to get the baby Jesus put to death?
Herod.
Is correct. Which top earning presenter replaced Barry Norman on BBC's film program?
Jonathan Ross.
Is correct. What is the highest ranking hand in poker dice?
Oh, pass.
5 of a kind. In cartoons, what type of animal is Sylvester?
He's a cat.
Is correct. Which letter represents 007's boss?
M.
Is correct. Eight. You are the new leader of the pack.
Yes. That's what not having a life for you does.
You are the new leader of the pack. That was... If only Alice was watching. So look at that. So you got Alice at the bottom of the table, you at the top of the table. Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Very impressive. And you got one wrong, didn't you? Did you get one wrong?
I passed on
You
one.
passed.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I mean, you could have got 9.
Yeah, I didn't know poker dice. I would have gone for royal flush, obviously, but that's not poker dice. But yeah, that's what I'll get my mastermind application in.
That's very good. Yeah, so you're now on 8. Then we have Joe J on 7, and then we have Kim and who else was it? Kim and Liz on 6, and then
anyone wants to step up to me?
Tim on 5. Well, we've only let me see now. Who have we got left? We've only got.
You're gonna be like coming up next, Stephen Fry.
So we've got we've got Stu. We've got Stu from the And Why Not podcast. So
yeah,
he could be.
Stu. Listen,
yeah,
I'll take it.
We got actually my son is there, and Andrew Connor. Andrew Connor from up in Scotland will be the last one. So there's only 3. There's only 3 that can take your total away from you. There is no prize. Let me first just get that.
Oh, well, what's the point then?
But it's all for charity, mate.
It is indeed.
It's all for charity. So what have you got coming up on the podcast?
Oh, good question. So next week we are joined by the wonderful Jamie Allerton to talk about a film of his choice, which is Quigley Down Under, which I imagine you've probably heard of, which I'd never heard of before. Tom Selleck, yeah. Then after that we've got Long Time Dead, which is a British horror film that Alice found, which is incredibly hard to find. So that probably answers the question about whether or not it's underseen. Then we've got our Valentine's Day special. And then after that, I've chosen my first James Bond film.
Oh.
So for a long time, so I'm a big James Bond fan. And for ages, I've been toying with... Because when we started, we sort of said we're going to avoid big franchises. And as it's gone on, and obviously the film choices, have thinned out because we've done so many episodes. But also... I just thought, what's the point? If I think it's underrated or underseen, I'm going to pick it. It's not like it's going to suddenly contribute to a massive uplift in James Bond box office figures, is it? They're doing all right. So I picked The World Is Not Enough.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because it was the first Bond film I saw at the cinema. And I've been looking at the sort of ratings, wondering, what are the underrated Bond films? And that was one that came up. I was really surprised because I'm sure it had something like 40 or 50% from the critics, and I remember thinking, it's not the best film in the world, but it's not that bad. And I've got a bit of a soft spot for the Brosnan Bond films because I think everyone's got a soft spot for the ones from when they were a kid.
Right? Yeah.
Unless they weren't a kid when they were born or whatever, when they were started. But that and Pierce Brosnan, was Bond when I was a kid. I love Daniel Craig. I love all. We got into it on the podcast talking about who's your favorite, and I sort of said, well, I like all. They all do different stuff well.
Yeah.
I will always have a soft spot for Pierce Brosnan, though, because he was James Bond when I was a kid, and it's just nostalgia is such a strong element of that. So yeah, so I picked The World Is Not Enough, and then after that, that might bring us up to date, I think. Yeah, that brings us up to date. Yeah, we've got a few more to record, but we haven't booked it all in yet. So yeah, so that was what we recorded this week. So that should be out in a couple of weeks. The World Is Not Enough, and then yeah, we're going to get some more listener suggestions. The Valentine's Day one was listener suggestion, and then we'll try and do get yourself on more guests, more classics. We're just going to see how it goes. Really, it's podcasting is a difficult and an easy game in equal measure, really, because I love doing what we do, but the market is so saturated in many ways, especially with things like film podcasts. So
yeah,
I think as long as I'm enjoying it, we'll carry on doing it.
Yeah, I think that's always been our ethos. Well, obviously, before Neil's injury, we always said that if one of us said, "Well, that's it, I'm not enjoying it," then we'd stop. I mean, I'm not saying that the other one would completely stop. They may well carry on, but I think if it's not fun, if you're not, and it does pee me off, I must admit, is that you see all these comedians and Peter Crouch and stuff like that, and you think, they'll say we're an independent podcast. No, you're not an independent podcast at all.
Yeah,
independent podcast is people like us that haven't, maybe have another job or whatever, but you spend I spend all my Sundays editing. That's what I do in my Sundays, and you sort of think it's the stuff that that listeners don't see. They will just pick the episode up.
And there are times when you're doing it and you'll go on the Apple charts and stuff and you think, I wonder who, and it's like new and noteworthy, and it'll be someone who's famous.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's anything goes in the podcast game. Anyone can do it in inverted commas, but that surely we don't need to give people who are already famous and successful more press.
Yes.
It doesn't stop them from doing it. But then I suppose the whole thing is, if they share it for them, they'll retweet it, and it's back scratching, isn't it? And ultimately, it is what it is. It's not going to change, is it?
No.
And if you're not, if you're getting into it because you think you're going to make money, don't. If you're getting into it because you think it's easy, don't.
No.
I got into it because I felt like we had a decent concept. I liked talking about it, and I hoped that it would lead to more opportunities, and it has done. So that's why we do it. Do you know what I mean? Same for yourselves.
Yeah, but it has to be fun.
Yeah, it does.
That's the thing. As soon as it becomes a bind, as soon as it's the day of you recording a podcast and you wake up and you go, "Oh, got to do that tonight," then stop. There's no point in doing it, because if it becomes a bind, there's absolutely no reason to do it in the first place.
And there's loads of really great independent podcasts that support each other and network and stuff like that. The people I've met through doing the podcast, yourselves, the guys at Team of Our Lives, M at Verbal Diorama. There's loads of great ones who, we support them, they support us. We always try and give shout outs every sort of week or so to podcasts. Sometimes we pick people who are established. A lot of the time we try and pick people who aren't. It's sometimes it depends how busy we are, depends on what comes to mind or whatever. But it is a very supportive community, and that's good.
But then all of that stuff also takes time.
It does.
It's being on the phone, it's networking, it's and to be fair, that's the sort of stuff that pisses my wife off, is the fact that you're always on your phone.
Yeah.
And I said, but she's absolutely right in the fact that, I try and leave it to a Sunday, but you've got to just pop the links out again one more time this week.
That's it. And you try stuff that you think, I've tried stuff, I think this will definitely work. This will definitely get loads of engagement, and it gets nothing.
Yeah, no.
And then you'll put stuff out, you think that's just a throwaway thing, and it gets loads and loads of engagement.
Yeah. Yeah, I've found that with the TikTok channel with putting our trailers up. There'll be some that have got 10 views, and then there'll be another one. I'll look and I'll have put it up, and then an hour later it's got 500 views, and I think, well, what is different about that one compared to the other one?
And sometimes it's just how algorithms work. It's just who's seen it at the right time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's mad. Some of it's just luck as well.
It is. I think that's algorithms just in a nutshell, isn't it? It's right place, right time, and the right hashtags and stuff like that.
I struggle with TikTok. we did try, and I used to try and put out little sketches and stuff of when we were doing episodes, but we bought a house last year and that's taken up loads of time. So I haven't had time to do loads. We do, if I get a chance, I do them, but
Yeah.
they weren't getting any real engagement. So it was like, it's taking me half an hour to put this together or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, why am I bothering? And then you go through TikTok and you can see stuff and it's got like a million likes and you're like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Yeah.
I don't understand what this is.
It's so frustrating. It really is. Right, we're coming to the end of this section of the live stream. So, Josh, thank you so much for joining us, mate.
Very welcome.
Always a pleasure to chat, and congratulations on being top. I'm not saying you're the winner, not yet. We've still got another 4 hours to go.
I'm going to be checking back in. I want to be the winner. If anyone beats me, then I want. Or if anyone beats me or equals me, right? Message me and we'll have a tiebreaker.
Okay, absolutely. We will do that. If someone can get 8, then we will have in the final hour, in the final hour of the thing, we will have a playoff. So I really hope someone does it now, because what a great way to finish the 24 hours is having a quiz playoff.
Could have a proper office of like the first, but you said the first person to say it wins. You didn't say anyone.
Yeah. No, we can't do that with the lag that we have on on that. That's just not going to work. It would have to be
a kettle of a pub. What have you done?
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, thank you very much for having me.
Screw you and screw Blockbusters.
Well, thank you very much for having me. And guys at home, make sure you donate. It's a very, very good cause. My mum works for the Stroke Association and does lots of work. They do lots of great work. So do Relay for Life. Get donating.
Yeah. Excellent. Cheers,
Thanks
mate.
very much.
We'll see you soon. Might see you in a couple of hours.
Yeah. Tell them
Take care, man.
Step to me. All right.
Yeah.
See you later,
mate. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you very much to Josh there. Right. So, yes, this live stream will be stopping, and I'll need to toggle off and toggle back on again. So we'll see you in a few minutes, and then it's Stu from the And Why Not pod taking us up until it was just 4 hours to go. Well, 4.25 hours. So that'll do for now. Let me toggle on and toggle off, and I will see you all. Hang on a minute. A little bit later.